나이스. Okay. Everything's set up and has begun. Moddates. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Mm. Excuse me. Oh my god, I just realized my mic was out. I am so sorry.
Hello, Kraka. Let me pull up my notes. we met the King Vampire boy, and he was kind of hot.
He asked us what he wanted to eat, but apparently he wasn't on the menu.
Yeah, we all chose him.
Ugh.
25. So we met the skeleton and became friends with him, even though I didn't like the skeleton at first, but he's kind of growing on me a little. We met Targaryen Blackheart, who the skeleton doesn't trust. The skeleton did not attack him like he promised, and Gronk was kind of like, what? Skeleton is part dog, which means he's also half werewolf. One some things. Rizzard says Gronk is good. That was important for Gronk. Basically, we go to a town of vampires. There's a giant tower with a big ball of light, which is made out of the souls of the dead people that are coming to the town. And then the vampires are all feeding and running off of those souls. And we meet the leader of the vampires, and he turns somebody to dust with a flick of a wrist. And he got us all some food to eat, but it wasn't food, it was humans. And then one of the humans was a skeleton's wife. And now we're all standing there.
And that is pretty much where we ended it. Very true, very true. So now, all you after the aftermath are just standing at the edge of the table with this horrible conglomeration of just body parts just all spread out all across the table. What would you like to do?
Check, please. No, I'm just gonna get up and start making my way to the door.
Check, please. Is that what you just said?
Check, please.
So stupid. So stupid. I'll allow it. No.
That episode of Adventure Time is awesome.
All right, so you're just making your way to the door, Mal. All right. As for Gronk, what are you doing? Are you just following Mal at that point?
Yeah, that's fine.
As you're heading out, you hear Arthur just kind of say under his breath, "Mark my words."
Is that the skeleton?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a while. I don't blame you.
Well,
It's
and I
been
never
like-
write their names down because Gronk doesn't remember names super good. He makes up his own names.
So he kind of like says under his breath, he's like, "Mark my words. I will kill him."
Meow, meow, meow.
As you guys are like leaving and the huge door just open up, and there you see the huge spire, and you see people just making about their day, passing by. Where would you like to go?
Did we get across the giant moat of disgusting blood and gunk?
Yes, there was 2 guards as you are exiting the door that are just cranking this giant machine that's just bringing the drawbridge slowly down.
We walk by 2 guards and they're just cranking it.
They're just cranking their hogs. Anyway.
Cranking their cogs. To
Ah.
get the drawbridge.
Andrew, you're gonna take 1,000 points a day.
I get
Andrew,
1,000
don't worry.
points
I think it was an
bonus. Oh,
excellent pun, and you deserve more praise.
yeah, I should get 1,000 points of health.
So what would you guys like to do after you cross the drawbridge?
I would like to get
Is
1,000
Skelly Boy
points of
coming with
health
us?
Yes.
and Run back in.
Yes, he is following behind, but he's kind of like trailing behind.
Well, we haven't expended any actions or anything, so we don't really
Oh.
need to rest right now. There he is.
There we go. It keeps like
I
putting
like-
me
I was
sideways.
very concerned by
You're
your
like
health.
this. Yeah, you're like this.
Take it. No, this is getting worse by the minute. Crap. God. Jesus. Good enough. I'll just stay sideways forever. It's
You're gonna
fine.
give my neck a kink in a bad way.
Mm.
You're gonna get my neck a kink in a good way.
Brr.
Um,
So-
I don't. I just am
Right.
standing there because I don't know what to do. I'm waiting for Mao, our fearless bubble talker, to lead us.
Fearless
Well, I
bubble
mean, we have
talker.
options here, and typically the option is the way we came.
What if you talk to the bubble?
Well, I mean, what's the bubble gonna tell us? He's not gonna scout ahead. We're walking down a giant flight of steps, aren't we?
There we go.
No, we're just in the city now, the vampire city.
Yeah.
That's what Joel said.
Because you guys.
But we never established whether or not the artificial light would hurt it or not.
I would assume that the artificial light wouldn't hurt it since it's not hurting the vampires. Because wouldn't it be the same kind of magic thing that would be hurting the vampires?
I would assume so, but we'd probably have to find a
Just
dark
take your
area and then
cloak
it can
like
like
this.
test it out.
And that's fine. Can we find a dark area?
But I
to
guess we
run
can
the
do that.
bubble?
Hey, little buddy, I don't know if this sunlight hurts you. You want to test it out?
You see the top of the bottle slowly open, and then you see him slowly start to get out, looks around, shrugs, and then pops right out.
All right. So we're lost, buddy, and we're trying to figure out what we should do. What do you think?
You see it like it puts its finger up to the mask, and it starts tapping.
I don't see that actually.
And then you see as it like just points in a general direction.
All right, tally ho! And I start walking off in that direction.
Also, I forgot to ask you, what god are you a paladin for?
Poopy butthole.
It has not given me that option. You select at level 3 on an average paladin.
You can have it at the very beginning because obviously you'd become a paladin because you believe in, you know, some sort of god at that point.
Oh, I was gonna say, I guess I haven't thought of it yet because, like, I was like, wow, when I become a level 3, I'll choose it then.
I mean, that's fine. It doesn't break anything or anything like that. It's just, I was just
Yeah,
curious.
let's see, I have a book that I can thumb through.
You should choose Ron McDonald, the god of Greece. Is that one?
You hear as the bubble is pointing and you start heading that direction, Rizzard kind of like shuffles up
Well, I
by you.
look at Rizzard. I don't know. I didn't see the bubble point. I just seen him, Mao, go tally ho and then run off in a direction, and I give Rizzard the side eye like, all right, I guess we'll follow him. Anyway,
You just hear Rizzard kind of coyishly behind Mao. Yes, what if? He said, now I don't know how everybody feels about this. I don't think it would be a very smart idea, but he did say he has some barracks for us.
He just trying to feed us human flesh. I'm gonna say no.
I would like to sleep in the underground woods more than sleep with that guy.
Well, we wouldn't sleep with him. It would be in different rooms.
I didn't mean with him, but I just meant in his barracks. Thanks, Rizzard.
I feel like you're just trying to take us on a speedy death run here, Rizzard. I'm not sure why that would be the
almost
tactic.
Well,
It's almost like someone's controlling you that wants to put a little action into this scenario.
here's what I'm saying, Mao. He already knows we're here. He knew we were here since we showed up. So he's gonna know where we're at regardless. So I'm just saying a safe place to stay might be a good idea. But if you don't feel that it is quite safe, then by all means, let's keep going.
We could always call Broomhilda or whatever her name was, the big woman, and see what she thinks of this cool town.
Is that
On my paper.
is that Andrew or Gronk speaking?
I just remind people that we can call Guldara
Ooh, yes.
whenever we need to.
That's a very fine idea, Gronk.
Because she's.
But it's
probably gonna
also
wanna
our
see
only
the
time,
video.
isn't it?
It's only
We
one.
only used it
So
once,
would we
or
rather use it now?
There's no real way to tell. She never said if it was just a one-time use or multiple use. She said just use it to call me, if I remember from Gronk saying.
we looked down at the cell phone. We're like, we don't know if this works once or multiple times. It could
It's
disappear.
it's just a track phone. It's like one of the old track phones.
Is it Nokia made though? That's the question.
Well, of course, Nokia is the creme de la creme.
Indestructible.
Well, let's
Alright,
have
at some point in
RJ
time
pick
in
out
this
a
book, we're
god.
supposed
RJ, pick that one that you're looking at right now. It's pretty good.
It's kind of like King Dulap, King of the Daisies.
Isn't Dulop the land where Lord Farquaad is the king? Dulop is.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Dulop is.
Talona. That was the first one I saw, and it's the Lady of Poison, Mistress of Disease, the Plagued Crone. I don't think that's
Oh.
probably the right fit.
What a wonderful lady. I mean, like I said, you don't have to choose it right now. I'm just saying, because I think at level... Oh, wait, no, paladins don't get channel divinity. That's a cleric thing, I think. I might be wrong.
I dropped a dice. I'll be right back. Going under my desk.
No, he is gone forever anyway. So, what would you all like to do at this point?
All right, Joel. I found the first page, and it was the last one on the page of Talona. But this one's Timora.
Timora. Okay, what is
Lady Luck or Smiling Lady.
Lady Luck.
Lady Luck.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Sure doesn't say Laddie Luck.
And you said Tamora?
The young
Yeah,
boy
Timora.
lad.
Tymora.
Timora. Okay, Timora.
I.
Gotcha. Timora. The power of tying knots.
Honestly, it's probably not the right one for this person, but it says fortune favors the bold. I just went tally ho and went off in a direction that a fey creature pointed me. So I'm gonna say that's exactly what it is.
That'll
Alright,
work.
We follow Mal. I do.
All right. So as you all are searching together, Rizzard pipes up again. He's like, should we call her? Oh no. How does everybody feel about that one? I know everybody's no for the room.
I say let's follow Mao's bubble guy, and then when we get there, we can call her if we still want to.
Ah, yes. Very good. Very good.
Bubble.
As he's just kind of like on your shoulder, Mal, and he's just kind of like pointing in directions toward, like, just basically your compass, to better explain it. And as you do, you get to a tavern. And at the tavern, you see all these cloaked figures, and as you guys enter, they all stop what they're doing and they just stare in your general direction for what seems about too long, and then they just kind of all shuffle back to what they were doing, and then you start to hear the laughter, the talking, the chitter chatter as it just kind of echoes through it out. There's like nicely polished wood tables everywhere. The bar is huge, and you can see there is lots of alcohol on the walls, from everything from extravagant to just simple podunk stuff.
Huge as in long, or huge as in like big for
Big.
someone like
It's
me?
big. In other words, it's both long and tall. It's big. It's just big.
You're in my town now, baby.
And you just see there's no bartender. They're all just going back behind the bar, grabbing what they want, or mixing a drink, and then they go sit down.
That's the best kind of bar, I guess.
What would you guys like to do?
I'm waiting for Mao to tell us what the bubble is saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say. My first thought was I was gonna ask him to, like, maybe kind of gesture or whatever to what brought us here.
Okay. So as you're trying to talk to it, you see it points to a flight of stairs. And it's very nice. Everything is polished, from the wood on the floor to the nice staircase. It's all very, very fancy craftsmanship. And he just points and he goes, and he pops on your other shoulder and starts like trying to yank your collar towards the staircase.
All right, boys, it's saying we need to go up them stairs.
I just start heading up the stairs.
As you all go up the stairs, you see there's a small scuffle. It's between two patrons there. They both look humanish, and you can see they're just fighting.
They're about the size of a human.
Yeah, they're about the size of a human, and from what you can tell, they both look generally humanish, but now that you know what they are, you obviously know that they're not.
Can I try to pick the one up off the other one so we can talk to them? Or are we trying to walk around them? What does Bubble say? Is that the guy?
He just points in that general direction. Doesn't really signify that group or if it's something past.
Okay, well, let's just leave them alone then. Well, RJ has to tell me that, I guess, but...
Yeah, I was just like, let's just mind our business.
As you go around, you see there is a room with a small goldish lock, like a small gold padlock on it. And you see the creature point at the padlock, and then you see it like shake it as it pops and shows up at the lock. It just shakes it and bangs it against the hardwood door, and then it pops. It goes right on your shoulder again and puts itself back in the bottle.
All right. Anybody got a key?
A key? Do you know where we are?
Hey,
Yeah,
Grump.
Can I just
I
start
think
pulling off
you
the
might
lock?
have a built-in key.
Wait, I think somebody might have a key behind their eye. Or was that a locket?
That was a lot.
That was a locket.
Can I try to just rip
But
the
Grunk,
lock off?
you are a
the
built-in
door?
key. It's a padlock. Do your thing, buddy.
Yeah, I was just gonna try to rip it off. It's made out of gold. It can't be that strong. Gold is very malleable.
So are you gonna try to just break the lock with your gigantic hands?
I'm literally just gonna try to rip it off the door.
Amazing. All right, give me a strength check. Just a basic strength check.
8 plus 5.
So
13.
13. Okay. And you were very correct. Gold, not very strong at all. But you are ginormous. So it almost feels like you're just kind of like softly
It's
bending
like-
putty. It's just
It's like one of those locks that your sister had on her diary when you were a kid that was just for show.
Oh yeah.
Cause like you
You-
could
You break it, and it within seconds it just falls to the floor with a loud thud. And you see the two guys that were scuffling. They look over at you, and they stop scuffling, and they just watch.
I put my foot over the lock, trying to hide
I
it,
persuade them to go back amongst themselves.
and I slide the lock underneath a table or something nearby with my foot.
As you try to like block it with your foot, give me a sleight of hand check,
A sleight of foot check.
and then Mao, give me a persuasion check.
D20.
Yes, D20 for both y'all.
Yeah,
7.
Yep.
7.
I
Okay.
got a 7 on my sleight of foot check.
Ooh. I got a 23 on my persuasion.
Jeez. So as Grog like just kind of
doesn't
like
work.
as he's like putting his foot on the log, it just makes a horrible scraping sound as it just gets dragged across the floor.
I don't think I did that bad at sleight of foot.
And then as you tell them to go off and mind their own business, you see them just kind of like, all right, and you see them just kind of like wander off down towards the stairs.
That's hot. Let's.
What did you say? That's odd or that's hot?
That's hot.
That's hot.
It just popped.
That's
in my
hot.
brain. That's. I vote we just go in the room. Just gonna open the door.
Yeah, I mean, we broke the lock for a reason.
Okay. As you enter,
Can
there-
I have my weapon ready? when we
yes,
Go in the door.
yes. As you open the door, there's no beds. There's no storage chests except for one big chest in the middle of the room. There's no windows. Basically, just a plain Jane room, just with wood walls.
Buddy, this chest is gonna come alive.
There's
The
always a
chest in
chance,
an
but you
empty
know if they
room.
stay there, Gronk, fortune favors the bold.
How about we have Mal look
That's
at
gonna
it
become
since
your
he knows
catchphrase now.
magic? How about we
Right.
have Mal look at it, not Mal, Rizzard look at it because he's magic, or can you talk to your bubble?
All right.
I ask Rizzard
Well,
if
the
it's
bubble-
safe
or
to touch the
bubble.
chest.
I need to
Alright.
find my goddamn.
That's what I say.
All right, hold on. I gotta look at it. Okay. Oh, you want me to look at it? Yes, I can take a look here. Let me see here. Oh, okay.
Looking at a cat on my shirt. Typical.
You just hear Rizzard
Oh,
go.
yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
You just hear Rizzard. Yep, that chest is very magical. I, however, wouldn't touch it.
Can I break it?
Well, then what do we do with it?
Nothing. I wouldn't go near it.
Can I break it?
Is it like a time bomb?
No. I would rather have a time bomb and then we could just leave and blow this place all, well, sky high. But it is not that. It is, well, I don't know if any of you have ever had to deal with this, but this is a creature.
Ah, yes. Can I? Do you think I could fight it? Why did your bubble lead us to danger?
No.
Maybe there's something within it. Mmm. Do
Nope.
these things contain items?
Yes. Most of the time. That's why they shove things in it and then just kind of hope that it doesn't get digested.
And I try to just bear hug it and keep its mouth closed.
To
Is that
bear hug
impossible?
it, you'd have to do it this way because this
Yeah.
way it's still gonna have
No,
the
I know,
lid.
but like I can jump on it and like clamp down on it. Is that possible? Like a bull ride?
I'm gonna say. You know what? Let's
just
let
asking if that's
let's let the chaos ensue. Sure. Well, you know what?
Dude, chaos
But-
has worked for me before.
But I will say this:
Check out the guy on my back.
I have a number in mind, and it's decently high for you to be able to do it. So as long as you can do that,
Okay.
When was the
asked
last
him-
time you had a good roll? Because it seems like it's been a while since you've had a good roll.
Well, that means I'm Fortune favors what?
It means you're
now?
due?
Fortune
Fortune
what?
favors the bold! Let's get it, buddy.
I
oh
do
my
it?
gosh! All right, here we
I'll
go.
try this dice instead of the other one. Do I do a strength check?
I would actually go. You can either do whichever one's better, athletics or acrobatics. Which-
Athletics.
If that works for you, then we'll roll for that. That's not a good sign.
12.
12. So
I don't think it's high enough, but
as-
it's pretty high.
as
So.
as you try to wrap your arms around it, it's a pretty big chest, so you can't quite reach your full arm around it.
How big of a
And then-
chest is it?
And then as you're trying to hold it, you feel something start to move, and to the horrifying view of Mal, Rizzard, Arthur, and Kind, the horrifying maw of the mimic just opens, and it's a huge row of teeth. You can see the slimy saliva kind of just drip in between each individual one, and its purple tongue just kind of lashing out. And from where you are, Grog, you can see two of its eyes just directly pointed straight at you. And I'm going to say, let's roll for initiative.
Which dice do I roll?
So it's going to be a d20, and then on your character sheet, it is going to be... Let me see here, hold on. I also got to...
Oh yeah, Joe, I should have asked you for my character how to if I should have did the rolling thing because I just did the point system. So maybe next time I'll if we can change that I can. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cockeyed.
that works for me. I am worried. That works for me.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out. I'm just why the hell do I have 0 to my initiative? That sucks.
Where is initiative? Do you see it?
It's on your character
Well,
sheet.
I'm on my phone, dude. Yeah,
I-
it's at the top.
I have +1 in it. Oh wait, I just rolled a die.
So hold on.
Yeah, it just said you rolled a 9.
Okay, so I'm
Well-
going to open up the thing.
Do I have to go by the D&D Beyond roll
No.
that I accidentally did, or
No.
can I roll my own die?
You can roll your own die.
13.
All right, so you got a 13. Go ahead and roll for Kind. Kind's
What's his initiative?
kind of
0?
it's going to be plus his dexterity, whatever his dexterity modifier is.
His dexterity
Whatever the
modifier
yeah.
+2.
So whatever you roll plus 2.
Nat 20.
Well, I wonder who's going first.
I'm so mad that I rolled a nat 20 for Kind to go first on the stinking fight.
Hey,
with
Joel,
the
Joel,
mimic.
guess what I rolled?
What'd you roll? Is it a
A
nat
3.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, I ain't going first. I'm going last.
You could go second to last if you're lucky.
Oh crap! Whoops. Whoops. Whoopsie.
Best part about going to the hospital, big cub.
Let's see. Add to encounter, and then we got to add to encounter. Okay, there we go. All right. So here we go. And then we're going to start it. Okay. So I'm going to open up the thing here. So if you guys want to look at the stream, there we are.
I found it.
I was gonna say, don't you have a way to put it on to the campaign thing?
Yeah, it's already there. Oh wait, I gotta start.
Yeah, but I
session.
mean, how do?
Oh, you just mean on D&D Beyond? I don't know if your computer's gonna
Yeah.
like that, but we can try it.
It should be on
I was gonna say, I
there.
figured we'd give it a try.
All right,
Is
so
it launch game?
I started it, so hopefully.
RJ, up in the top right
how do I
corner,
get to it? I guess.
top right corner it says launch game. There's a play button next to campaign into the unknown. If you click that, it opens up another screen with a map on it. And then the DM is locked drawing again.
Darn. Okay, so does that mean? All right, so am I gonna have to move kind for you, or can you, Andrew?
You're gonna have to move kind because I
Okay.
can't.
All right, so where would you like him to go?
I think kind stays back for now and is like barking. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't think kind would just sprint right up to whatever that thing is the first time he ever saw it.
Fair enough. I forgot to heal Rizzard. That's my bad. So as Rizzard is standing there, he builds up a fireball and throws it at the
At me.
mimic.
Am I still on top of the mimic? Because I feel like I
Yep.
might be on fire.
You are definitely on it. He's gonna hit it.
For some reason, I'm not seeing what you're talking about.
So if you're on your character sheet,
Oh, I'm not on my character sheet. Okay, so I'm gonna click
Yeah.
my character sheet.
yeah, and it says share, short rest, long rest, campaign, hit the play button. Do you see that?
Well, it's gonna take a second to load because, well, you know, kind of a crappy laptop.
Just a little bit.
Hire me, mateys. Am I winning, Joel?
Are you winning, son?
I think I'm doing pretty good. We should have covered
Okay.
it with like a tarp or something and nailed it to the floor so it would be stuck
All right.
underneath.
RJ, have you gotten there?
You, sir, give me 5 freaking seconds. How about that?
Yeah, we got stuff
think
to
he-
do, baby.
I think it gave you over 5 seconds at this point.
Well, yeah, but I mean, my computer sucks. It's why we call it a big poopy duty.
Well, while we're waiting. While
All right,
we're
so it's
waiting.
loading map.
Okay. Good.
Let me draw.
All right, I see a mimic, I see Grunk, and I see us.
Yay, you did it.
You did it. Okay.
Joel would never let us
So
draw.
as Rizzard throws the fireball, somehow missing Gronk, it hits the bottom left-hand corner of it, and you see it just kind of as it just kind of writhes in pain from the short fireball. Rizzard is going to... He's going to stay right where he is at, and we'll go, unfortunately, to that.
The mimic.
The mimic is going to look
What is-
straight at Grog, and it's going to try to bite your leg as you're still attached to it. Ooh, okay.
That was a good noise. What am I rolling?
Nothing right now. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say a 23 hits.
No, let me roll. Maybe it doesn't.
Unfortunately, that's not how that works, baby Grill. Where is my... I got another D4, but I don't know where it went. Oh, that's okay. We got this one.
Should have used my bonus action to give it a little kiss.
Give it a little kiss. All right, Gronk, you are going to take 6 points of piercing damage as it's going to chomp on your leg, and a little bit of blood's going to start pouring out from your boot.
My boot.
Your boot.
What a booted.
Let me see here. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, okay. And it's gonna actually go 5, 10, 15, 20. It's
Can
gonna
I
go.
fall off of it?
Well, I mean, you're just kind of on top of it, so when it's moving, you're no longer on top of it.
Okay, I just was asking.
No,
'cause I
no,
just
you're
need
fine.
to know what's going on.
And then
Do I get use an action since it went around me?
keep in mind, if you use your reaction to hit it, you'll lose your action during your turn. So it's up to you. You can.
Bro, that's
But I thought that's only if it
I-
left the 5-foot radius, since it just went around and we didn't actually technically leave that 5-foot radius.
That is also true.
I'm just basing it off of a computer game that I played that is based on D&D, so I don't know what the real rules are.
And then that will bring us to Gronk. You are up.
How sharp are its teeth? Like very?
Very sharp. Like, we're talking like daggers.
Yeah, I figured. Let's see. I'm looking at what I have in my bag and stuff real quick. I just take my Warhammer and aim, since it's heading towards Moundem, I aim right for the chest,
Okay,
body,
I got you.
and try to hit it with the hammer.
The good old-fashioned hammer now. All right,
Now, do I just roll what, a d20?
you roll a d20 and use your attack bonus with that weapon. So it'll be like right next to your weapon, it'll be like +6 or whatever.
Oh, +1. D20 +1?
No,
Five.
it has to be more than that. Edgar forgot how to
What's that?
use his character, you silly fool.
Yeah, I did, but it says Warhammer +1 on it. I don't know.
That means it does 1 more damage. It's not. Let me see here. I gotta go to. Oops.
No, it says you have a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. Your training with weapons allows you to use the mastery property of Warhammer Push. If you hit a creature with Warhammer, you can push the creature up to 10 feet straight away from yourself.
Let me see. I gotta look at your character sheet here. Your plus is +8, my guy.
Where?
It's right next to it.
Mine says Warhammer +1, 5 pounds, martial.
Where are you
Versatile
looking at it?
push.
Are you looking in your actions? Because that's where you need to look at.
Yeah, you gotta look at your actions, dude. You're looking in your inventory.
Oh, yeah, I am looking at my inventory. Ah. Okay, so I roll a d20 +8.
Yes.
Okay. 17.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
And then, do I do 1d10 +6 or 1d8 +6? Why is there two options?
One is if you're double handling it or if you're just using one hand.
I'm double handling it.
Okay.
For sure. I'm also going to use the push ability to try to push it in a direction, whatever direction you want. I'm trying to push it away from everybody, but I don't know if that works.
Well, give me 1 second. Let me see how that ability works. Give me 1 second.
It says straight away from me, so it might launch it towards the guys. So I just wanted to know.
See. Topple if you hit a creature with the battle axe. If you hit a creature with the flail. Push if you hit a creature with the warhammer. You can push it up to 10 feet. Okay, cool. All right, yeah.
Okay, so I only rolled 8, but I want to do the push.
Yeah, that's still
And
fine. So it'll
then-
still happen. So you rolled an 8, but did you add your damage bonus?
Yeah, that's with the damage bonus.
Ooh.
I rolled a 2.
Ooh, that's rough. That's not good.
But I want to use my power to do
To
a
shove
second
it?
action.
Oh, so you're gonna use second wind? No, that's not second wind. What was your ability?
It's,
Oh, action
action
surge.
surge.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to mark that I used that because I can only use it one time right
Okay.
now. But I'm going to hit it again with the Warhammer.
Wait. So if you use the push now,
I'm going to use the push the second time.
Okay, I was
I'm
about
gonna
to say.
use
I
it
was
the first
like,
time.
I was like-
Because I thought about that and I'm like, I don't think I can move 10 feet.
Well, no, you'd
Well, I
still be able to
probably
move. You still have movement because you haven't moved. So you'd be able to.
Okay, yeah, I want to push it both times so it's on the other side of the room.
Okay.
So I push it with the first hit, move it 10 feet, run 10 feet, and hit it again.
So, do you want to move it this way then?
Let me look. Yeah, back towards the back of the
All right,
room.
and you're gonna hit it once again, and then
Then
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
move
run
on.
up like this, and I'm gonna hit it again.
All right, so go ahead and give me well, I guess first we'll have to see if the second one hits. Give me an
Yeah.
attack roll for the second one.
18.
Yeah, that hits.
And then I roll the d10.
Yes,
13.
and that's plus your modifier and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can't roll more than third. Yeah, it's plus my modifier. It's a d10.
13. Nice.
I rolled a 13 on a
So
d10.
boom, boom, as you're slowly shoving it across the room there, you can see the mimics starting to like look at you, but one of the eyes is swollen shut, and you see a little bit of blood start to trickle out of its mouth.
So does it move 10 feet back again? Or are we at the edge of the room? Because I'm sure the room probably isn't 30 feet.
It's not that big. Let me see. Hold on. Let me.
Can you draw like a little box of what size the room is
Yeah.
on the map?
Let's see. So it's something like. There's the entryway. Something like so. There we go.
Okay, so I just push it. Can I just push it over into this corner?
That was with you pushing it, because it's only 10 feet.
Yeah, but I pushed it again on my second hit.
That's what we moved it to. Because
Okay.
so to specify, so you were right here.
Mhm.
Well, you were right there, yeah. So 5, 10, that's 10 feet already.
Oh, and then you moved it again.
Yeah. Because you said
Okay,
you wanted
so I
it
would
towards the
still
wall.
be here. I would still be here, right, then?
That's if you want to. You can move closer.
Oh,
you
no,
don't
I
have
want
to.
to be close. That's
Okay.
fine, I'll stay here then. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes...
There we go. And now, you are now up.
Okie dokie, let's see how well this is going to move for me.
Wow. Mao jumped across the land.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, I
Yep,
would say
you're good.
it's like 25 feet.
So yeah, you're fine.
Oh, trust me, I've been watching you guys for a minute now. I've been like, do I have enough? All right, so I'm going to take a swing at it.
Okay. And go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Ooh, that is a 23.
Yeah, that would hit a brick wall. Yeah.
All right, now let's see what this paper's got for me. Oh, what? 13, baby.
Woo! 13 damage. Dang.
Dude, that's like a
Dude,
ground
holy
hit.
shit. I think that's the first time I've ever rolled an actual 12 on a d12.
You goosh. You slam on it, and you can start to hear it crack from the artificial wood, and you start to see there is now a huge hole on the top from where both of you have just been beating it senseless. All right, do you have a bonus action at all?
I do. I think I'm going to try to smite it.
Oh, shoosh, sheesh. All right, so how smite works, if I remember right, you got to make an attack roll for that, don't you? I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's an attack. It just comes in my bonus action.
I just want to make sure of something. Give me 1 second.
Oh, Joel.
Is it a nat 20?
It's a nat 20.
A nat freaking 20!
What is up with these dice, dude? What is up with these dice, dude? Fudge, yeah. Woo!
Good
That's insane.
Lord. All right, hold on. Define smite as a bonus action. Wait. Spell as a bonus action which you take immediately after hitting a target. Yep, yep. per the rules, that balances out. All right, hold on. From the target, the damage increases by 1d8 if the target is a fiend or undead. Okay, so now I gotta see, what is you? Okay, it's not a fiend or undead. Okay, so you can either do it two ways. You can either roll 2d8 times that by 2, or you can roll 4d8. It is up to you, however you want to do it.
That's a good question. Well, I only have 2 d8s out right now, so I'll just roll that and then times it.
That's fine.
And so it'd be 12 damage.
In total?
Yeah.
Damn.
So 25 damage in total if you don't calculate him, or if you calculate in my first swing too.
Yeah.
Or wait, no. No, I was normally 12, so it was 13.
It was 13. It was 13 for the first hit, and then you did 12 for this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is 25.
Gotcha. Okay, I have to use the restroom so bad real quick, so we're going to take a quick break. So if you guys need to grab water or whatever, I'll be right back.
All right, well, I'll just probably go take a little tinkle too.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, is everybody here? Excuse me. There we go. Now we're back into it. Very nice.
Boopy.
The great Mal has returned. Now, as you see the Mimic just kind of shaking out of pure frustration that it is now getting its butt kicked, it is up to Kind. Would you like Kind to move or just keep him where he's at?
Kind can just stay there.
Okay. Do you want him to do anything or just kind of like skip his turn? It's up to you.
I think just skip because I don't want Kind to come get bitten by this thing. So
Gotcha. Okay.
he's
As you,
kind of holding.
I
it
see
back.
Kind is just kind of growling and barking at him every once in a while. That brings us up to, oh, goody. It's up to Rizard. I'm going to cast Well, maybe not, because the two of you are in the way. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's not good. Okay. Okay. Alright. You see as Rizzer just throws a fireball and it just kind of zooms past you all and it just leaves a small black mark on the wall there. Drat! That brings us up to the Mimic. You see the Mimic start to turn its shift towards Mao, and it just starts opening its broken maw now since you guys have been just beating it senseless. Its huge tongue starts to whirl around. Now, I gotta make sure of something. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So, Mao, as it opens up its mouth, it's actually going to try to wrap its tongue around you. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
$18.
18! As you feel its tongue start to wrap around you, you just kind of like swiftly move to the side. And the Mimic is actually going to 5, 10, 15, 20. And that is going to be its turn. So next at the top of the round, we got Gronk.
How much health does it have left? Do we know?
I can't tell you, but it does look really rough.
I take my javelin and try to stab it in the hole that it's in its head.
So you're going to move
Into the
closer?
fleshy bit. Yeah,
Gotcha.
because it has a fleshy bit showing through the wood, and I'm going to just try to stab.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you want me to move it, or do you want to move your character
Just
there?
go ahead and move me. I'm
Alright.
looking up my javelin attack real quick.
I gotcha.
So 12 to hit.
Unfortunately, that hits.
Unfortunately, it hits. Yeah.
That was very misleading.
A D6. Oh, I haven't used one of those in a minute. We're gonna use a tiny D6 for extra luck. 10.
10 points of
5.
damage.
5 plus 5 is 10, so I stab it.
All right. So, Andrew,
Mhm.
how would you like to kill it?
I want to stab it all the way through its head, all the way into it.
Just
A
into
kebab.
its flesh.
you just and you hear like the slight as you slam it into it, and you just give it like a tiny like twist as the body
Not that-
just and the body just starts to go limp. And you see as you release the javelin, the top of the maw slowly starts to open up more and more. And there on the fleshy inside, you can see this red ruby. It's about the size of a baseball.
I don't know what a baseball is, but I'm gonna grab it. Says Gronk. I reach in and grab it.
All right. You grab it, and first, go ahead and give yourselves. Give yourselves 450 XP points.
Yeah, I might be leveling up here.
It was how many?
450. 450.
Joel, I sent Gronk's picture of the mimic to you in the
Let me see.
Discord, so you can
Oh
look
my
at it.
god, that's beautiful.
Put it on
That's so
the-
good.
Show it on the. Oh yeah.
That's beautiful, baby. That's the gorgeous stuff right there.
So how many? You said 400.
And 50. 450.
Ooh, 450. Dang. How is that even possible? So good. Oh, not 485.
This ad becomes more concerning every time we use it. So it says I have 900 until I reach level 3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so 450 should be right in the middle, and it's like a quarter of the way there.
Yeah, I put in 450 XP and it moved me up to 750.
I didn't have that problem.
Oh, it must say, it must have
Three-quarters.
it must have kept your XP from last time. That would
that-
be my guess. I'm not sure.
Do you want me to remove XP then?
Just remove.
I would remove 300 and it would go down to 450, right?
Yeah, so I would just do
There we
that. That'll work.
All right, I'm 450 experience points into level 2.
Very nice. So, as you are done with the battle, what would you guys like to do? As you just have this gigantic ruby in your hand.
Well, let's make sure there's nothing else hiding in it.
So are you gonna have Gronk dig through it more, or is Mal gonna come up and start digging through it?
I can dig through more. It doesn't bother me, but if Mal wants to.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't make a difference to me either.
Okay, so Gronk just kind of digs deeper and deeper and deeper, and he finds kind of like a decent sized bag, almost like a saddle bag, I would say, filled with cloth, but it's largely wet and just kind of dripping with mimic bits. And you give it a shake, and you can hear a ton of coins just jingling within the bag.
Ooh,
You know what
that's
else
something
is
I do
jingling,
like.
Joel?
What was
You
that?
know what else is jingling?
Go on.
I got spurs.
Oh my god! At least once at least once a session.
It's got what?
I thought about it as soon as you said jingling. I'm like, jingle, jingle.
Once a sesh. We always got to get it in. Once a sesh.
Is it some kind of bag? Maybe like a bag of holding?
Only one way to find out.
I jump inside it.
The bag cannot hold your weight, so it just rips.
No, just kidding.
Just shooting coins everywhere.
I just wanted a bag of holding where I can carry infinite possibilities.
You're level 2 and you already want a bag of holding?
I mean, it would be cool.
I'm generous, but I'm not that generous. All right. So now you have this coin bag and the ruby in both hands. And at this point in time, you start to hear footsteps. But footsteps that sound like armored footsteps, as you can kind of hear them down the hall, heading in your general direction.
I
the
want to
Ruby-
take a look at the nearest window. Is there a window?
I think the ruby controls some of the vampires or something. So I
Not
want...
in the room, Mal. There's not a single window in the room.
Can I show?
Then
the...
it's a closet. Every room has to have a window. We're in a closet.
Dude, I'm in a room right now without a window. I'm in a closet.
So
Yeah, I'm
Um,
kind of scared for your room. I feel like that's like a safety hazard.
Can I show Rizzard the gym before they come in here so Rizzard can see what he thinks? 'Cause I
you
feel
have
like
you have
maybe-
you have just a little bit of time, so you would have enough time just to be like, hey, is
Well,
this?
Can I do a perception check of the room?
Yes, go right ahead. Mao, would you
Okay.
like to take part in this or no?
Yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna use one of my second wins to redo the roll with Tactical Mind because I rolled a natural 1. So I'm gonna use.
No way! I rolled a natural 1 too.
Okay, I'm gonna try again with my new ability.
My word.
That's freaking wild. How does that even happen?
2 nat 1s in a row. That's crazy.
I rolled a
At
9.
the same time, pretty much.
You rolled a what?
A 9 the second
All right.
time.
So as Gronk and Mao are kind of like surveying the room a little bit as they can hear the footsteps get closer and
Mao
closer and
punches
closer.
himself in the eyes and he's blind now.
There's nothing in the room that signifies there's an easy way out from where you guys are right now. So as you are standing there, I'm going to allow a couple seconds of what you would like to do before they show up in the room.
Is there a way for me to use like my hammer or something to bar the door to give us more time?
Not really, because if you you hold it against the doorway, they could just kind of like duck under the hammer.
No, I know. I was just seeing if.
No, he's like
Does
close
the
the door and
door-
then.
Does the door open into the room or out of the room? Like, which way
It
does it
is-
go? Like
it is-
towards them or towards us?
It is towards them.
Okay, I grab onto the door handle and try to hold it shut.
Okay. Mao,
So
do
we
you
have,
do
like, a
anything or
second
no?
Time to do something.
Mao,
Yes,
are
sir.
you doing anything or no?
Ooh, good question. So, if they're approaching us, can they see us at this moment?
Not right now. No, like I said, I'm allowing a couple seconds before they show up.
And I'm holding
Alright,
the door
give me
closed
1
with
second.
my big
If
meat.
that's the case, Joel, I'm gonna move over here against this wall, and I'm gonna like hide
Jacob,
so they don't notice me when they enter.
Okay. Okay.
I'm here holding the door
Holding the
closed.
door. Rizzer's gonna like kind of like stand by Mao and he's just gonna like give him a nod like he's ready. By the way, Arthur is
Can I like
in the
prepare?
room. Hold on, I gotta put Arthur in here to make it make sense. Hold on.
Oh yeah, Arthur didn't fight the mimic at all. He's probably
Nope.
sad about his wife. Lame.
All right, there we go.
Arthur's
How
still
dare
mad
you
about
care
his
about your
wife.
loved ones, you sissy?
And Arthur's just gonna be like kind of like just in despair, just kind of looking through Gronk towards the hallway. All right, Gronk, give me a strength check as you start hearing the door start to like go back and forth, and you can hear them try to jingle the handle there.
All right,
That's
Joel,
my
can I
rank.
like prepare an attack so when they break through, I'm just cocked and ready to go, or is that something?
You want to use a reaction? Yeah, you can have your reaction. So
He just
basically,
wants to be able to attack them before they attack.
before they able to do something. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Yeah, I was gonna say then that way it's kind of like, you know, a surprise attack.
Can I put on my ring of invisibility that I stole?
You mean temporary invisibility?
I mean, if it's quick enough for them not to see me and me to hit them with a hammer, it's good.
if I remember right, it was 5 minutes. If I remember right, it was something like that.
I don't remember. We had talked about it a long time ago, but I want to put that on,
Okay.
and then I'll roll my strength check.
All right. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna have
I already
to
rolled it.
do this, and then once I open this, there we go. Now they can see what's. Well, maybe. Hold on. Why isn't it? Ah, yes. I forgot. I have to put that away. There we go. Okay. So, let's see here. Mao, do you want to be a little bit closer to Gronk?
I have like this weird thing on my screen over there that's like blocking like that path, so I don't know how close I can get to it without.
Click on a different part of the screen and it should disappear.
Oh, I gotcha. You mean like that?
Now you're outside the room.
Not you're.
Okay,
you
hold on.
felt
Now my
like
thing's
one.
all sorts of screwy. Something weird's happening.
You mean like this, Joel? Like that?
Yeah. Well, there you go, right there.
Yeah, like that.
So
Okay,
guys-
I rolled a 15 on the strength check.
15. Okay. So as you're there, and you feel the door start to shove open slowly, ever so slightly. As you're being pushed, you start to see that there is at least 5 to 6 guards in full plate armor as they're just kind of like shoving the door, huddled up on each other, pushing all at once. And when they shove the door open,
They barely can push against me. And there's 5 of them.
they open the door and all they see is Arthur straight ahead. And you just hear one of them go, "Ah, so one of you took our Ruby, eh?" Now, Mao, at this point in time, you did say you wanted your reaction to be able to hit them. Are you going to do that now?
Well, I mean, are they even through the door yet? Because it still
Yes.
shows that Gronk is in the doorway.
Well, I'm
I'm
not...
kind of out of the doorway like this.
Yeah,
and
he-
invisible.
Yeah, he kind of got shoved out of the way there.
And they kind of would be right next to me, so.
So let
All
me...
right. Since this is a surprise attack, do I get advantage?
You would get advantage, yes.
Dude, Arakakra is here.
So I'm using those just for a point of reference so you guys know, like, where everybody's at. Let's see.
Joel.
I swear, if that's another nat 20, RJ, we're putting those dice in dice.
So
jail.
not one. Both dice rolled 20s.
Oh my god.
Can you point your camera at it? Because I want to see.
I don't know if it's if it's angled correctly.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh my god, he rolled 2 nat 20s.
That's disgusting. There we
Dude,
go.
that's freaking insane.
Now
I'm
the,
never this lucky with the dice.
So the bigger question is who would you like to hit? Are
Can
you gonna...
push,
Probably the one closest to me.
Can you move kind more into the corner?
Boop.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So now, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Was that not my attack roll?
No, oh wait, natural 20. Sorry. Go ahead and roll damage.
Does he hit? You never told us.
Well, of course he hits. It's a nat 20.
But that's 20.
Joel just missed winking into the camera.
Oh. So how would that work? Is that just either roll 2 d12s or double the damage?
Again, that is up to you how you want to do it. You can either roll 2d12s if you have enough, or you can just do the 1 and multiply it by 2.
Nat 20 on a D12.
So I rolled 2. One was a 6, one was a 12 for 18 damage.
Which one did you hit?
This one.
The one closest to me.
Oh,
Shit.
Arakakra.
How much did you do?
18.
Oh my god. Oh
This guy just
man.
blindsided.
That's funny. You boom as there's a large crack in the room, and you can actually feel the plate start to bend underneath the, the weight of your weapon as you lift up your weapon, and you can see there's an indent on his head, and you see him start to stumble, and he just falls over on the floor. You see one of them.
I
What?
feel like Mao is doing Gronk things this time.
Yeah,
Gronk
right.
is not doing Gronk things as much. Except for jumping on the Mimic. That's definitely a Gronk thing to do.
So, as one of them turns around and says, "Hey, you little fucker," And this one, the middle one, is now going to be directed at you, Mao. And you see Arthur just walk towards them.
And then he hits the gritty.
And then as you see him like, if you try to make a move, we'll skin you. And you see him just put out his arms, and they just put cuffs on his wrists.
And he turns into a werewolf.
You just see a wizard go,
Arthur, buddy, what are you doing? We're kind of in enemy territory.
Arthur, what are you doing? As you see Rizzard start to bring up a fireball. And then you see this one walk towards Rizzard, swings its finger around. As Rizzard tries to throw a fireball, it just dispels.
Why is everyone in here like a level 100 magic user?
And you just see the guard go, "You're coming with me, bad." As he just grabs Rizzard. Rizzard tries to break away, but obviously being a wizard, not very strong. Bird bones, am I right?
Guys, I think we should be fighting back.
As you see, Rizzard still keeps trying to cast magic within the new
Shackles?
handcuffs. There we go, shackles. Yes, my brain farted there. And you see every time he tries, it just instantly just puffs into black smoke. And you see this one kind of carry Rizzard over here. Now, this one's going to enter. And, excuse me, sorry. The main guard that's looking at Mao just looks at him. All right, don't make any moves. And he pulls out the shackles.
Or I'm gonna like look at Gronk and look in the direction of Gronk. I guess I'm looking for information. Do I continue to fight or do I go? Everybody else is captured, and that's a lot of people to fight by myself.
Is there a way for me to signal to him since I'm invisible? Because
Other than using your words, not really. Everything you have on you is also invisible.
okay, this is my plan.
Oop.
Kind comes around me and bites the one in the door on the leg.
Okay.
So
So-
he's getting distracted. Gronk slides this way into the doorway, grabs Mao by the hand and pulls him a little bit to say, hey, come this way, and Gronk books it. Out, Kind lets go of the guard and sprints out too. So Mao knows Gronk left.
All
I
right.
don't want them to get the ruby from us, so that's the only reason I'm running away from the fight. Because otherwise, I would have just filed them. But I don't want them to get that ruby because obviously, they really want to get the ruby.
So go ahead and give me an attack roll for Kind on the guard. So it'll just be his standard bite.
Because I'm not even trying to kill the guard. I just need him to be like what the freak?
What the heck,
So-
man?
A D20 for plus dexterity, right? To see if it hits, or does it hit because it's a surprise attack?
Kind's attack is, let me see.
Does it hit automatically? Is what I'm asking.
No, it doesn't hit automatically. You're gonna have to roll, and you're gonna have to add 4 to it.
4. Oh, for the melee attack roll. Okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
talking about. 5
And don't
total.
don't forget about his pack tactics as well. That's one thing we haven't been paying attention to.
What does pack tactics do?
Oh, so I can
It
roll a
gives-
second D20?
If Kind is within 5 feet of a person, and we'll say for this,
Yeah.
because you're telling him to do it right as you're trying to move on, we'll say I'll give you advantage on this.
Okay, because I rolled a nat 1 on the first one. Okay, I rolled 11. plus
Okay.
4 is 15.
15. As Kind tries to nip at the guard's ankles, the metal is just too thick, and you can kind of just hear like his teeth rub against the metal, and he looks down. He just starts shaking his leg like, "Get off, dog!" As you're
That's
like,
good enough.
and as you're like sneaking by, and actually give me a stealth check as well, as you are trying to squeeze by all these people in front of the door.
Yeah, but do I get stealth with bonus? Because I'm invisible.
I'll give you
I could
advantage
have
on this one.
advantage because I'm completely invisible.
I'll give you advantage, but I also know you have disadvantage, so just roll for it.
I rolled a 19 for the highest one, plus 1 for stealth, and then I'm at disadvantage. So
Well, you would just roll once, because since technically I'm giving you advantage, but since you already have disadvantage, I'm just making you normal roll
Oh.
for it.
do,
So
I,
they
do I have
equal
to
out.
roll again since I rolled 2 dice and one of them was a
Yes.
19?
Yep.
That's kind of rude of you. I finally get a good roll.
You had a nat 20 earlier.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Thanks for letting me reroll,
got
XP.
better.
Oh my god.
Thanks for letting me reroll. Nobody
All
can
right.
tell.
So as
Once again, Gronk proves that he is the stealthiest one out of all of us.
Good lord.
How is Gronk the stealthiest?
As
World may
you
never know.
go through the door, Mao, you feel a tugging on your shirt. Are you following the tugging?
Well, seeing how like I would have to force my way through that and it'd guide him to him, I now know he's running away with what we want to hide. So I'm actually going to tell Kind to stop attacking the person, and I'm going to act like his owner.
Ah, interesting. Okay. So
No, I'm
Gronk's gonna
gone.
just sprint out the door as Mao is now pretending to be Kind's owner. And you see Kind just look confused as he stops nipping at the ankles of the guard. And he just kind of like sits up firmly. Gronk, as you leave the room and you go down the hallway and you're sprinting full bore, you realize
Stealthily.
stealthily, you did roll a nat 20 somehow. You look out in the bar and it's just overrun with guards. And you see them all making their way towards the room, as you could kind of like hear the shuffle of metal as they start sprinting from all the commotion there. What would you like to do, Gronk?
I'm getting out of the building. I need to go hide somewhere.
Okay. Mao, you are now in the room with guards. What would you like to do as you are now pretending to be Kind's owner?
Trying to convince him the mimic was already dead.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, let's try a deception roll. I'm gonna be like, I don't know
Or-
what your guys' deal are or is right now, but I feel like we got off to a bad start. I'm gonna put my weapon down. Set it on the
There was
ground.
a giant orc in
What
here, and
the-
he took the ruby. Trying to stop him.
But the weird thing about this orc is I'm the only one that can see it, okay? It's like no, it's no, so I'm gonna put my weapon down. And I'm gonna be like, okay, let's have a discussion here. What is happening?
As you do, let me bring this up here. There we Let me make sure. Oops, I did the wrong one here. There we go. There we go. Okay. You see the one that's closest to you, Mao. He continuing to have the shackles. He starts walking towards you. He's like, "All right, good boy. Now, why don't you put your hands out for me?"
Why don't you tell me why first?
Give me a persuasion check.
17.
17. Okay. Why? You see that over there? And he points to the corpse of the mimic. That wasn't yours to take. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
We didn't take anything. What could we take from a mimic? Look at our hands. There's not a single drop of blood on them.
Give me a deception roll.
Have the guards check your pockets. There's nothing in it.
10.
Oh yeah, nothing at all. That's why our mimic's dead. You don't find that weird? And he just kind of clamps him on your wrist and pulls you to where Rizzard and Arthur are standing.
But, buddy, if we did have something that you wanted back, search our bags. You'll find nothing.
All right, you heard him. Search his bags. And you see them all start to like throwing all your stuff out of the bag.
Hey, those are collectibles. You know how long it took me to acquire those?
Those are collector's items.
As you see, one of them just looks confused. He's right. There's nothing in here.
We're the same as you. We heard a ruckus. We came in, and then we figured we'd be framed. As you can clearly tell, we have been.
We figured.
Right. So let me get this straight. You came into my mimic room, which was locked, by the way. It's
Which,
dead
so any of us
now.
were strong enough to break in.
It's dead now.
We have a bird bone. The dead man's been in a catatonic state for the last 2 days. And look at me. I'm a frail 5'7" human. I ain't got much muscle on me.
Go ahead and give me a deception roll.
They look at the crumpled up piece of metal that is the lock.
Nat 20!
Oh my gosh. What is happening right now?
We're taking over this campaign, Biddy.
All right. So what if you did? Now, you still have to be taken with us, so I hope you're okay with it.
That's fine with me, but I really don't feel the shackles is necessary, seeing how this was a misunderstanding.
Oh, a misunderstanding, he says. He's standing in the room of the ruby,
Wait a
and he
minute.
says a misunderstanding, huh? That's
Alright,
hilarious.
you keep saying ruby, sir. What kind of ruby? Maybe I could give a description of it to me, and then I can tell you if I've seen it or not. Because a ruby's a pretty vague.
I've had enough, and he just kind of like shoves you at the door.
I'm gonna dramatically stumble forward. Oh God!
You're like the people at Walmart when they act like they got accosted and the cops just put their hand on their shoulder.
You see Rizzo go,
That's what I'm going for.
just be careful now. I don't want us to lose our heads quite literally. As you're being...
I'm like, well, I mean, he could have been gentler. Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong.
You just hear Rizzo go, today is the day I'm going to die. As you guys are being shoved out the door, Gronk, right now, by this time, your invisibility starts to wear off, and you can finally see yourself again.
I sprint into the woods outside of the town.
Okay.
And I want to try to use a survival check, if that's possible, to try to find a place to hide the ruby that no one will be able to find it.
I'll give it to you. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
I'm gonna re-roll that with one of my abilities. Because I rolled a 5.
Which ability are you going to reroll with it?
I have the one that says I can use my second win to re-roll any
You have to rest to be able to use that.
I have 2 second winds though, so I can use a second wind to use that item or use that thing.
Isn't second wind where you just heal?
So it says instead of using second wind for second wind, you can draw upon a limited well of physical and mental stamina to heal. But I have a new one since I leveled up that says I can use my second wind to re-roll a roll instead. It's called. Wait, where? Would it be under?
Excuse me.
Okay, it's called Tactical Mind Special. When you fail an ability check, you can expend a use of second wind, and instead of regaining HP, you roll 1d10 and you roll 1d10 and add the results to the ability check.
Okay.
If the check still fails, this use of second wind isn't expended.
Oh, so if you fail, you still got it. That's kind of cool.
Okay, so I got a 5 naturally, so I'm gonna roll a d10.
Okay.
Great. Plus 1. So it's a 6. But
You start
I
to
didn't use the second wind because I don't think Joel's gonna give it to me. He's not that nice.
as you are scrambling to look for a place to hide this, there's nothing that really screams out that nothing is going to really find it.
I can't believe it. I'm gonna have to use the age-old prison pocket.
And as you are waiting there for a moment of respite, we'll flash back to Mao and Rizzard and Arthur as they're all being shoved. And then as you're being shoved out, you realize they're marching you closer and closer into the very large tower.
With the souls on top?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
So, fellas, how long have you been down here?
Oh, this one's a chatty Cathay, isn't he, Mark? Oh, yes, he very much is. And you just hear one go, oh, we've been down here a real long time. And then you hear the rest of them go, shut the fuck up. He doesn't need to know.
Well, I'm just curious because you guys seem to be marching us to our death, and we don't have... What was it you were looking for again?
A garnet?
Oh, yeah, we're looking for a ruby. Shut the fuck
the ruby.
up.
You know we don't have the ruby, so why are we being marched to our deaths?
We never said this was to your deaths. First of all.
Well, I mean, a giant spiraling tower that looks very evil and menacing. I would just assume that would be what would happen.
So, let me get this straight. We tell you to come with us, and all of a sudden you just think you're automatically gonna die? Do you have a reason to die? And you see him kind of like show his blade a little bit as he asks the question.
Well, one, giant tower kinda screams death or prison. I don't know which.
You just hear Rizzard go, oh God, Mao, please. How about this? You'll know in just a little bit. You just wait, be calm. Because if you don't...
I mean, like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we've been actually bonding pretty well. So, I mean, a little heads up on what we're walking into would be kind of cool, right?
You see him just turn to one of them and they just nod. You see one of them pull out a very large cloth. You see this? This is going in your mouth if you don't shut up. And he just kind of puts it back in his bag.
One more question. Hey, the cool guy, the one that likes to talk, can you tell me anything?
Yeah, cool guy that likes to talk.
Alright, so, here's how it goes. And you see one of them just like run over and clasp their hand over his mouth. Alright, that's enough. And they're gonna like pry your mouth open and just stuff like, basically it's just a large sock and they're just gonna like shove that in your mouth. Oh my gosh. during this time, Grog, you're gonna feel a kind of overwhelming sensation of just feeling good, and a bit of warmth in your pocket, and then it starts to grow more and more as a big flare of light is just everywhere, and then it starts to slowly dissipate, and then as you look up, you see Guldara standing there.
Good, I was about to call her anyway. That
And
was my plan.
so, I felt like you needed my help.
Yes.
As you see now, she's in full battle gear. She's in full beautiful armor with it's all black, but it has gold edges all around it, and they have these fancy little swooshes on each piece.
I just, long story short, explain to her what's going on, and then give her the ruby to show her what the ruby is, to see if she knows anything about it.
As she's like holding it in her hand, you see she has a little bit of anger in her face.
And I explained to
Yes.
her how much they wanted to get that back, and how I barely escaped to where I am now.
She holds it, and you can like kind of hear her grip on it. It's pretty strong, and she just goes, "This is a soul stone. It's not quite full." And that tower, as she looks over, and you can still see the very large tower from where you're at. And that tower is powered by these. Now, what
Can
would
we
you
use it to destroy the tower?
Yes,
That's what I asked, because I have no idea what a soul stone is.
we can use it against the tower. And there'll be a time for you to call me again. I know I may have entered here on my own free will, but I felt like I was needed. I could feel the panic start to surge through you. And she puts her hand on you, and she's gonna heal you
All the way.
6 points.
That's exactly how much damage I took the last time, I'm pretty sure.
That actually works out then. And so, as she does, you start to hear flapping noises
The
Heading-
Wizard.
towards your direction. Gosh dang it! And they start getting louder and louder. You see Guldar reach out her hand, and she says, "I'm going to keep the ruby. Call on me again, because if they take the ruby, that's it."
What do you want me to do?
I want you to be yourself. And you see her take the jewel, and she just whoom, and you see her form start to go back to that little pearl as it slowly falls into the palm of your hand.
I just start playing the flute. Being myself.
And then we go,
Right, playing the flute.
and then the camera's going to switch back to Mao.
What's a camera?
Finally, as you're being taken up this huge spiral staircase, you see there are cells upon cells upon cells. Most of them have a person just lying on the floor, not making noise. They're just on the floor. And most of these cells. You just hear the one, what did he say? Oh, for God's sake. And he takes out the sock.
Are those guys okay?
Does it really matter?
Well, yeah.
As he opens up a
Looks
cell.
like I'm gonna be one of them.
As he opens up a cell and shoves you all in. It's like one of those cells where you can see the other cell directly by yours. And what you see is, one, there is a person that looks like it's a crown, but it's made out of antlers, and they kind of crisscross. And their skin is purplish, and they're silently watching you. And then you see a lizard folk who looks like a crested gecko. And you can see they're just kind of in cloth. And they're just all kind of watching silently as you all just entered the cell.
Is the purple one Grimace?
Yes, how did you know?
It's King Grimace of all the antlers.
Hey, Mr. Guard, sir, can I also ask another question? It's been weighing on my mind a lot since you stuck the sock in my mouth. Why do you guys have socks? That doesn't match your feet.
You see him just slam the door. Oh, you
Why
my
did yours?
God.
Oh, ugh.
As you hear all of them, except that one, the nice one, you can just hear him pipe up, go, I think they were very nice, actually. And they're like, shut
Hey, I never
up!
got your name. I'm gonna yell at that one. It's like, hey, I never caught your name.
Lilian! As you like hear it, as it like
I
echoes.
like you, Lilian. Hopefully we meet again, old chap.
Mal is getting an accent, I think, because Liliard has.
So now, as you're all in the cell, you see Arthur just kind of like look up. I apologize for not fighting. I've been contemplating on...
Oh, hey guys. I'm gonna like lean in and whisper real quick. It's like those guys were actually really nice. I caved in one of their friends' skulls and they didn't kill me.
Yeah, I think that you might have been right. This might be the end of the road for us. So that's good, I guess. Because honestly, if somebody killed one of you guys in front of me, I'd do everything in my power to, fight for you. They didn't even pick up his body or nothing. They just left it.
Yeah, it was weird. And it's been weighing on my mind as much as the sock thing. And that's a lot.
The sock tasted good.
Why was it crunchy?
Mal,
Athlete's
Mal's new
foot.
character development is he has a foot fetish now. Break those dogs out, Gronk!
Oh my god. Oh, I almost died there.
How many links does it take to get in the center of your tootsies?
I want to go home.
I'm sure
So-
Gronk has huge feet.
So at this point, you just see the purple crowned figure just kind of put up a finger. And then we're going to fast forward back to Andrew. As you hear the flapping get closer and closer, you look up, and it is a lion mixed with a griffin mixed with a bunch of other things. It has huge bat wings as it just stomps, and you hear its voice in your head. You're coming with me.
body.
So basically, how I would describe it, it's a manticore.
bat wings?
It's a manticore. If you don't know what a manticore is,
I know what a manticore is. I'm trying to think about it in Gronk's perspective. How big is it? Like huge?
it's huge. It's like big.
Can I try to see if it's good or bad? I have +2 in animal handling. I don't know if that would work against a manticore.
For poops and giggles, I'll let you give it a whirl. Why not?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Well, I just
Manticore is a pretty not animal thing. It has a human thinking.
That's a human face. It's very
Has a
gross.
human face.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to do that. I just want to see if it's good or bad. You said it was a lion mixed with a bird at first. That's why I was like.
Go ahead and just give me a roll. We'll see how it goes.
17.
17. You kind of try to survey it a little bit. You just hear it in your mind go, "What are you doing?" You see it just kind of like land. And you see its horrifying human-esque face as it's speaking to you, and it just kind of claws up to you. And it starts to kneel down, so it's like face level with you. So, little orc. And you see it just grab you with its paws, and you both take flight into the air. As you do, you realize you're getting closer and closer to the tower. However, when it drops you, you land softly on the roof. And as you look up, you see the gigantic orb that is their sun right above you. And you see a couple of guards standing there at the ready as you've just been dropped in.
So the manticore was good.
Very good, very good.
Is Garny still with me?
Garny?
Yeah.
I forgot about your zombie. Well, he's tied to you, so yes, he's still with you.
Me and Garny are friends now, dude. There has to be a way somewhere out there for me to resurrect Garny.
Now then.
Anyway, so the
Yeah, so he can
guards
just
don't
instantly
fall
die because he has no arms and legs.
dead. No, we cauterized the wounds. They'll be alive.
He's also a zombie, so it doesn't matter.
The guards don't know I'm there, right?
No. They see you. This
Oh.
Andrew, the thing the size of like 3 helicopters just dropped you in front of them.
Well, I just wanted to know because it's gonna be a different reaction if they can see me or if they can't see me. I didn't know how sneakily he threw me up there. I'm the king of stealth, and I'm huge.
Yeah. If we've learned anything from this campaign, is that's very true.
Okay, so Goldara said I should be me, and a me thing to do would be to hit the orb with my hammer. I just don't know if that's a good idea, but I don't have it. Like Gronk is sitting there just really having to contemplate what he should do next because he doesn't have anybody to like bounce the idea off of.
Hmm.
Can I do? I'm not very good, but can I do like a history or an arcane check or something to see if I can remember anything that maybe the wizard or somebody told me about the ball and if I should hit it with a hammer or not?
I'll give it to you. Go ahead and give me we'll say Arcana.
-2. Nat 20.
No way. No way. You point that camera down. You point it down, mister. No way! No way!
Nat 20, baby.
That's so
I am
stupid.
the
This
king of-
night is wild. This
I'm
night
the-
is
Oh
wild.
my lord.
This is the dawn of the Nat 20s. What is
Yeah,
I
happening?
actually am the king of stealth and arcana.
You chose the god of luck, RJ, and all of a sudden...
You did!
all of a sudden... So stupid.
My arcana should be leveled up from that, I think.
So, as you remember, the ball above you is what is their fake sun. You remember that is where all the souls go.
Did you see the picture I sent to chat?
Let me take a gander here. I have to go back to general. Hold on. It looks like the Eye of Sauron.
That's what you described, dude.
Excellent. You nailed it.
I don't even know how to do any of this.
Papa's so
do
proud.
do I know if I can hit it and break it or not? Since that's what I'm wondering. Because I don't want to hit it and it explode into
It's a
giant-
big ball of fire. And we're just gonna say to your character, probably would know that's not gonna be able to be touched.
Okay, so I'm
To
not
be
gonna hit
safe.
it.
To be safe. And you see them, all the guards start to get closer to you and closer to you as they
I
start to
thought you said there
crowd
was
you.
two. Did you say there was 2 guards or
No,
there
there's
are a lot now?
There's multiple guards
Alright.
as they start to like circle you.
So the
holding-
song starts playing. Where have all the good men gone and where?
I need a hero.
Oh,
So then we'll pan back the camera here. And we'll go back and you see the purple figure in the jail cell, Mel, opens up his mouth. Well, 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 what do we have here?
Would you like a happy meal?
Happy meal. So, fellas, how long you been here?
I myself, I've been here a long time. Long time. As for that, as
Are you
for
from the southern United States, sir?
as for that fellow over there, he just got here. He's starting to panic a little bit.
Purple.
You just-
lovely, lovely.
You just start to see
Uh-huh.
the lizard folk kind of like pacing back and forth. I need it! I need it! I need it all! Yeah, needless to say, it's been a headache having him around, if you don't mind me saying there. I don't mind at all! As he's still panicking, going back and forth.
Well, one good sir, why don't you just take a seat and try to keep it a little bit down while I talk to this fine gentleman over here, which your name is, sir?
Ah, yes. Now, there are some who call me this, some who call me that, but you can just call me Grace.
Grimace.
All right. Are you sure I can't just call you this? That seems like an easier name to remember. I'm just kidding, Grace. Me and you are gonna be good friends. I just have a feeling about it.
Mal got really charismatic today.
Now here's...
He persuaded one guy and he's like, I can do this.
I'm a
Yeah, just
legend!
like, after that, I found my game.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, it's like the first couple sessions, like, you're feeling your character out, you know, it's like, you slowly start to put, you know, fill in the shoes that you built, and you're just, you know, so I don't blame you.
And I'm pretty sure Paladin's part of his thing is charisma, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
train
so
me
it
in
was- it still worked
charisma
out.
sometime? I would like him to train me in
Now-
charisma right now.
So what brings you to these parts there? What's your name?
Oh, my name's Mal, this is Rizzard, and that is Arthur.
Oh, yes, no, me and Arthur have met before. As he
Don't
just
forget
kind of
the
looks,
dog.
as he looks at him.
Dog.
Me and Arthur have met a bunch of times, actually. Unfortunately.
May I ask how?
Needless to say, Arthur gets in a lot of trouble. and he doesn't seem to stop. And you see him to like kind of like put a little bit of vice on the last word.
All right, so curious question. You asked what brought us here. Probably the same guards that brought you here.
You know what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, we were framed.
Make
We
it
heard a
this-
ruckus. We
make it-
ran into a door. We were caught with our pants down in a room with a mimic that was already dead. They walked in. I did kind of crush in one of their skulls in a surprise attack because I didn't know what was happening. But that was water under the bridge. Me and Lillian are now best friends. Can't wait to see him again.
Go ahead and give me a deception roll. Why is the Hasbula behind you?
Because I'm getting ready to fight, dude.
It is a 14.
14. Okay. You just see him look at you, and you just see, like, he just kind of looks fed up, like, I know you're full of shit. I don't really care, but you're full of shit. And I like that.
I'm just saying, if I had the ruby, we probably would have been dead. So, I don't know.
Now, here's the deal. We need to get out of here, obviously. Now, I've been trying to devise a little plan here, but Mr. Schmuck over there, he's a bit of a chicken shit. As you see, like,
All right.
I see, like, the lizard folk is kind of like holding his knees, and he's like shaking back and forth.
Kill him.
So I'm assuming I have nothing. Like my T-Jub's not with me.
Actually, you have everything.
Wait, why did they give us, like, even my weapons?
They let you have everything.
All right. I'm going to be like, I have an idea, but I want to try something before that idea. So bear with me while I go a little bit crazy here. As he sees me pull out the little vial. And I ask the T-Jump to come out.
You see it. And it just kind of like, as he shows up, you see like little tiny fireworks just show up in front of him as he just puts in the Y.
All right, buddy. So we got ourselves in a little predicament. We're stuck in a prison cell. Is there any way you can help us? Maybe jimmy the lock open or something?
You see him like kind of like tilt his head a little bit, and you see the long flowy locks, and he jumps off of your shoulder, and you see him climb up the bar there, kind of like, you know, in Kingdom Hearts, he shimmies up the bar.
He can teleport, and he decided to climb
And
the
you can
entire
see
bar.
him as he's like trying to just shake the crap out of the lock. He then turns his attention to Grace. And you see him, for the first point that you've ever seen this creature get scared, you just see him get shook. As he sees Grace, he points, and you see him just turn to ash, and the ash flows back into the bottle, and the cork goes on top.
Ooh. Oh no. I look over at Grace. No. No.
Now,
What are you?
What am I? How
What
about
are
you
you?
were just talking to yourself just a second ago? How about you tell
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
what
That
are
happens
you?
from time to time. Ask the other guys. But what are you?
I
Grimace.
think that's a topic for another day. And you see him like kind of
Well,
like
I
smirk.
mean, I guess I can put it on the back burner until we're out of here. But after that, it's probably going to need an explanation.
and
Prison
then we'll
shift.
shift focus back to Gronk there. Gronk, you are now smothered by 5 guards. And you see one, don't make a move, as he's holding the shackles in front of him, as he's like shaking, because you got to remember, you're big. And he puts it on you. All right, follow me. As the other ones tend to push you towards the guard in front of you. And they start
Not
bringing
able
you
to do
down
anything.
the spiral. You can try to do something if you would like.
Well, before he puts the shackles on me, I wanted to do a strength check to see if I could
Just break them.
well, not break the shackles, but like fling the 5 guys that jumped off on me
Oh.
off
Okay,
before they put the shackles on.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Strength check.
Yes, this one would just be a normal strength check. I swear,
23.
no way. Oh my
23,
god.
baby.
You and you see them all be flung, I'll say probably about 20 feet away with that type of roll, because oh my gosh.
Can
You
you do it on the map what the top of the tower looks like? Because
Give
I
me
might throw some
one-
off.
Give me one sec. Oh my lord. This is getting crazy.
Well, why wouldn't
Alright.
I throw them off? It's easier than fighting them.
So we're gonna do this. We're just gonna open map browser. We're gonna do basic. We'll do wood floor, sure. And we'll open this one. Okay, so excuse me. I need to add a token.
You should be able to add a shape too, and you could draw the top of the tower.
So there
So I know
you
where the
are.
edge is.
Let's see. Let's just look up guard.
I need a hero.
Bop,
I'm
Bop.
holding on for a hero.
Bop. bop, and bop. Right. So
Beep, beep, boop, bop, 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 bam.
let me
I'm gonna
see.
throw you off of this tower.
I would say something similar to this. And let me see. And then here is where they were trying to get shit in.
The stairs, okay.
Yep. There we go. So what would you like to do now as you shove them all off?
So I go up here.
Mm-hmm.
I hit that one with my warhammer and use push to push her 10 feet back off the edge. or him.
All right, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Nine. Oof.
9.
Does that hit or not?
It does not.
Okay, I'm using my second win to re-roll that
Okay.
with a D10. Just see if I can get it to hit. I rolled a nat 1 twice, so now we're at 10.
Now is a bad time for you to start rolling bad, my guy. You boom! As you see, it just bounces off their plate armor, and they start laughing at you. And then you see the other ones all
That
rush
was a
in.
fluke.
And then I'm gonna have you give me a strength saving throw to see if you can resist
So is that the
them.
same as a strength check?
Yeah. Well, a strength saving throw on your character sheet, it is different. It'll be in the underneath your stats. You'll see saving throws.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then I roll a d20 and add that number?
Yes.
Okay, I have +7 for that, so. $22.
22. Okay. As you are resisting, one of them tries to put the shackles on you, but you just kind of shove it off. And sorry, I got an eye itch here. There we go. As they all try to scramble to keep you under their thumb, you start to feel a little bit of warmth again. inside of your pocket. And it starts to get glowing more and more. Then the bright flash happens
Yeah.
again.
As it's starting, can I say, you guys are messed up now?
As it happens, she shows up. Guldara shows up, and let's see.
Where's she at on the map?
I'm going to. She'll be in
Oh.
whatever this is. Sure. Oops, wrong one. No. There we go.
A Rakakra Spelljammer.
As she is above you, I'm just gonna put her right here. Just know that she is above you.
Like flying?
Yes. And
Oh.
you see her now. Oh, hold on. I don't know if this person's real, but Mopey Limp just found your content. Love the vibe. When do you usually stream? Would love to tune in. We usually stream D&D on Tuesdays, and it's gods_EMP on Discord. So, you see her, and she's in her full plate armor, except now you can see her wings completely unfurled. And there's starting to be like a gold sprinkle that happens onto you. And you see her warhammer and her big shield as she clashes it against herself. And you see a huge wave just boom. I'm gonna need you to give me one more strength saving throw. This one's just from the blast wave that she's making.
Do I get a fly since she put pixie dust on me? Question.
No. Unfortunately, no.
I rolled a 19 plus 7.
19 plus 7, okay.
Did I do it? Did I save myself?
As
The
you
26?
you bear yourself as you wait for the wave to hit you, and boom, a bunch of wind pushes the guards off, and you just hear the slight screams like of all of them being shoved off the tower. And you see Guldara slowly start to fall towards you, Grunk. And then we'll go back.
And
Okay,
she
but-
tries to kiss me.
And then we will pan back to Mao and the others. Yeah.
All right, great. You said you want to get out of here. I've been concocting an idea. I'm not a big fan of doing what I'm thinking of doing unless you have something better. So I want to hear what you have.
Needless to say, I myself am a magic user. It would be very easy to turn one of those guards, say, into a friendly face for at least a little while. At least long enough for us to get out of the tower. And once we do that, we can try to see, and I do say try to see if that guard, that friendly one of yours down below, if he would like to escort us out of the tower. Obviously, I wouldn't say it myself. I'd just be speaking through the well, to put it better in words, the charmed one. But it's up to you.
How often does Lillian patrol?
I would say once per night, but it'd be super easy to do this as well. And you see him flick his fingers, and you see him start to form into Lilliard. Yeah, I can do that as well. So, either way.
Anything to admit to
Okay,
your friend
well,
now?
I mean, have you ever tried to convince them that a prisoner got a hold of you, locked you
Yeah.
in here?
Yeah, but the problem is if they put those shackles on me, as you've probably seen there, Mr. Rizzard, was it? The magic gets dispelled, meaning they put the shackles on me, it's game over.
Well, why would they put the shackles on one of their own?
Because they're good at finding out. You know, when you have two of the same person, you shackle both, the spell gets dispelled, and here I am.
So you already used the other method.
Yeah, but I didn't try Liliard, to be fair.
And is there no random guards that patrol this, or is that same?
No, it's always random. It's just Liliard is the one that I like to talk to teach him sweet nothings in his ear because he's so polite.
I do like Liliard a lot too. Also, I need to stop doing that. I keep talking like you. It's called mimicking mannerisms, okay? It's supposed to make people like you more. It's fine. All right. I don't mind that idea. Let's chit chat up Liliard.
Eddie 6752.
This is what Gronk
All right.
did when they all jumped on him.
All right, so you want to talk to Liliard? All right. All we gotta do is just wait. And you hear the lizard folk. Not without my armor! I need it! I need my armor for the love of everything that is good in this world. Yeah, needless to say,
Hey, Betty, you doing okay over there? You doing good? You having a good time?
I'm doing just fine. I would be doing better if I had my armor. Yeah, it turns out he was a bit of a tank when he had his armor, so they took it away from him because he became such a hassle. So now he's just naked as a jaybird over there. You hear Rizzard pipe up. I take offense to that.
What is a jaybird? That's what Rizzard wants to know.
How big is this lizard boy?
He's pretty big. He's about the same size as Gronk. He's a big boy.
Oh, yeah, so that my armor wouldn't work at all. It's like-
He's a very big boy.
It'd be like wearing a bikini for him. I don't think that's what we want to see here. All right. How long will it take Liliard to come around?
Well, I just say we give it a couple hours or so, and then bing, bang, boom. We can get them all, well, how do I say this? Jazzed up. Honestly,
All right. Well, I'd say I'm going to take a little rusty rest and recuperate a smidge before the adventure.
Well, that's fine with me. I don't mind a little bit of shut-eye myself. And you see him, you don't mind, do you, as he pulls out a harmonica and he starts playing a super bluesy tone as you sit there, like, against the wall. I said bluesy, not a guitar solo.
No, it's that one that they play like in like cartoons and stuff.
Yeah. I grabbed a bucket.
Take a poo.
During this time, as this is going on and you're speaking about resting, Uldara puts her hand on Gronk's chest and she says, "Leave me, Gronk, for this is my duty." And you see her start to hold out the giant orb, and you see red electricity start to shoot up into the orb and touching the jewel as they're both shooting this energy back and forth. And you can kind of see her like gritting her teeth a little bit. You can definitely tell it's really painful for her. And she just looks at you and says, "Go now, otherwise there will be no time."
I remember with my big Gronk brain, the name of Darklight, was it? That was
Yes.
the friend that got, I say Darklight would have been proud, and then I run down the stairs. as I remember.
Before you see, you can kind of like see through her helmet, and you can see like just a single tear goes down.
And then I smack her on the butt and say, "Good job, team.
Hey, good job!"
Just kidding.
Do the finger guns.
Okay, at first I thought you were serious, and I was like, oh, good
Gronk.
heavens.
Gronk really can't handle sad emotions, so he just smacks.
Awkwardly just
I'm
leaves.
Just kidding. No, just kidding. But I do say that, and I run down the stairs, and I see the tear, and I'm trying to find where Mao and them are.
Full bore sprinting. You're running down the spiral staircase. And it takes about a good, I would say, 10 minutes. Because it's just a huge spiral. And you're just going full bore. Just bursting and taking glances every time you can. Because there's many, 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 many cells. And then finally, you see Mao, you see Rizzard, you see Arthur, all resting in the cell. And
Now
then
I just found you. What is your reaction?
they're asleep. They're taking a rest.
Yeah, we're taking a little nappy nap. We're waiting for Lilliard.
They didn't hear me stomping down the giant staircase for 10 minutes in metal armor on stone floor.
They did not.
Can I just try to use my momentum to blast through the cell door and break the lock off? Just like full.
I'm going to say go ahead and give it a whirl.
A strength check?
Definitely. Keep in mind, I'm going to keep the DC pretty high.
Um, 7.
Oh, well, that I thought you were gonna have like some outrageous number. That's why I was like, oh man, he's gonna make it. That's gonna make me so mad. Actually, koosh, and the sound kind of reverberates through the tower. You see this purple figure wake up and look at you. What the hell is going on? And then, Mao, you were woken up by a very loud bang.
I look up. Wrong!
You're not dead! See your Rizzard's pipe up.
Huzzah!
Oh, Grong, it's so nice to see you on, well, unfortunately on the other side of the bars, but it's still nice to see you. I see, like,
we gotta get out of here. Goldara's blowing up the sun.
oh, shit.
Well, change of plans, Grace. What do we do? Come on, you've been here. Think of something.
All right. Here's
Wait, hold on. Plan big brain time.
He's
Gronk,
having a
you with the
brain
combined
blast.
strength of Lizard Man. What was that?
I said you're having a brain blast.
Yeah,
Dude,
brain blast.
And
Because what I'm gonna say right now is Gronk with the strength of the Lizard Boy. You guys work together to break that door down.
I guess I
Two
can
big boys doing big boy things. Let's get it.
As long as we get my armor, as he like goes towards the door. All right, whoever you are, nice to meet you. How do you do? And he's gonna grab on to one of the bars and starts prying. What does Grog do?
Can we pry on the lock instead of a bar? I feel like that would make more sense.
He's in the jail. He can't quite hit the lock.
Oh.
You can try the bars though.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll roll a strength check.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, this is better. 21.
21. As you and your new friend bend all the bars just enough for you guys to slip on through. You, Arthur, and Mao, there we go, slip. You are Mao. Mao, Rizzard, and Arthur slip through the bar. There we go. Good lord.
Does the Grimace or the Lizard Man come through?
You see as the lizard just, come on now. And then you see the purple man just kind of go, yeah, I heard you. And he just kind of drifts through the bars.
Like phases through them? Or
Yes.
He couldn't have got that guy's armor like 5 years ago?
No, I don't mean to alarm everyone, but I do believe this place is about to blow. So, I say we sprint, and then don't look back.
Can I look around real quick for armor for Big Lizard?
As you're going down?
Yeah, just we need to find armor.
Yeah,
for
I was
him
gonna
so
say,
we
I
can
figure
fight
there's
with him.
probably like a little storage room thing where they
Yeah, is there like where they put the
people's
contraband
shit.
and
So I'm gonna say this. Go ahead. I'll have you both do it. Give me a. We'll say a perception check.
a strength check?
Give me a strength check for your eyeballs.
I rolled a 14.
No, I'm in too much of a hurry because I rolled a 6.
14. Okay. As you're just sprinting along, Gronk sights a small room that's packed full of items. On the left-hand side, it's about like maybe 5 feet by 5 feet, and it's packed to the brim with just things. You just hear the one pipe up, yes! Yes! As you, out of the corner, you can kind of see just a little piece of plate armor. There it is, my beauty! As he starts putting his armor on, you see it's very nice. It's silver. It looks like your classic knight. I'm about to go. What's it called?
Fight a dragon.
Joust?
I mean, joust. There we go. Thank you. He's about to joust, like full plate, like the shield over the eyes, and then he's carrying a very big lance in one hand and a giant shield in the other.
Is there anything else in there that we notice?
I
That
would
could be useful?
say I'll give
Money.
you go ahead and give me an investigation check, but it will be at disadvantage because you guys are in a hurry.
So 2 d20s.
Yes. And I do have to pee
Now-
soon.
Natural 1 minus 2. Did I get it?
No.
Why not?
Mal, go ahead and roll.
Oh. I didn't know. I thought it was just him. All right. You said investigation.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
9.
9. You guys do not find anything in that room. And I gotta take another bathroom break. I'm so sorry. So we'll take another quick little break. Real
All right,
quick.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah, I was like, man, I want to change into something a little more comfortable. I've been wearing my freaking work clothes this entire time. It's like, why am I so overdressed? Why don't I just go get comfortable? So I swapped into some shorts, and then I
Dude,
looked
that
over and I
shirt is
saw this.
glorious.
That's what I
That's
said.
right, baby.
What the
Disco.
Disco.
Let's
Yes,
just go
yes.
down to the disco. Oh.
Look, I'm blurry now. Oh,
Very blurry,
Oh.
yes.
I was
Very-
very blurry for a second.
Very blurry. Yes.
Don't check your Snapchat, Joel. Don't do it.
First of
feel
all,
bad.
how dare you? And yes, I do. It is so hot in this room, dude. We have ducklings in front of me, which you can probably see kind of like the reminiscence of the light there. We have ducklings, and they stay in this room. And I'm dying because it's so hot in here. It's so hot.
Joel, you've been cursed
I
your
just
whole
tried to
life with
cook your,
only living
TV.
in hot places.
Sad but true.
Every house Joel moves to, every place, it's always hot there.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. All right, so now that we're back into my guys, my dudes, my bros, my homies.
It's almost like your computer's a space heater.
Oh, God, it's practically, dude. It's what I get for having a 3060 in there.
Yeah, I know. I want to upgrade, but they're all sold out of the new ones now too.
Oh yeah, the 50
Scalping 'em
series.
again.
Yep. Yes, sir. They are indeed. Honestly, I would just get a 4090 and call it good. But it costs about the same as, you know.
I can't right now, so it's a
I
dream.
feel you. Yeah, I feel your pain. Trust me. Oh, I feel your pain. I got
What we like to call a pipe dream.
It's sad but true. All right, now we'll get back to the action. Bam. Right. So now, as you all are sprinting down, part of the ceiling falls in between the pyre. And it's a large
Oh, in the
chunk.
middle.
So basically, you guys are going around the spire,
The center.
and the ceiling is falling through the middle.
Can
Go
look
ahead.
up?
Go ahead, Bao. What were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I saw you. I saw you.
Can we see
Well,
Goldara?
Okay. So my thing was, it's like, I bet you it's like, if I was just playing a character I didn't like, I just kind of like, I would just suicide him. I'd just be like, oh, he's gonna run, jump on top of that thing, right all the way down, jump off last second, be unscathed, and escape.
Do you know what's so stupid is I thought about that also. Jumping on the rock and just grabbing it as it falls down.
TPK by your guys' own abilities. That'd be so
It's,
sick.
Right.
It's like the world's worst elevator.
Literally. So, Gronk, you want to look up?
I just want to see if while we're running down we can get a glimpse of Goldara since the ceiling's gone.
As you look up, you can kind of see, like, it's very little, but you can see a little bit of piece of her as you see the energy still firing off, but this time it's bigger beams. And you see the ball of fire, instead of like a gray orange, is starting to turn like a dark red.
Burn.
At this point,
ball of fire.
the spire is starting to shake. As
Are we
you
almost
guys,
at the bottom?
I would say it takes probably a good another 10 minutes or so as you guys are just sprinting full bore. Ah! I fell!
The spire has fallen!
The spire!
This is like
It's down!
Cloverfield.
Oh my gosh.
Remember the movie Cloverfield?
I actually kind of like that movie.
Cloverfield
Well, the
was
first
good.
one. I didn't see the other ones.
The 10 Cloverfield Lane.
There we go.
Yeah, I didn't
The
watch any of the other
Cloverfield
ones. I just
Lane
watched
one
the
is
very
really-
original one where they're like in the subway and all that.
The Cloverfield Lane one is very good. You should watch it sometime. But
is very good.
anyway.
But I would say it takes about probably another 10 minutes as you guys reach the bottom. And you see there's guards panicking. They see you, and they look at each other, and you just hear them pipe up, "Wait, we gotta get out of here!" And they just start sprinting towards the exit. As you guys follow suit, you can see.
Kind of sad that we left everybody else in the tower since we're running by all these cells and we're like.
You see,
If we had keys, it'd be different, but we didn't have time to break down every door.
at this point, you can see the ball just starts getting bigger and bigger above the spire. You can see the
Like a
light
real star.
as the light just starts to shine through everywhere. Every bit of space, there's now light.
Dude,
And-
you're literally explaining a real star's death. That's how
Basically.
a real star dies, as it turns red as it gets huge and then implodes on itself.
A paladin fights a star?
Yeah, that's how it usually
It makes
happens.
so much more sense now. Science, everyone. Science.
I just mean that it gets big and red before it explodes.
No, I knew
And then
I knew what you meant. Alright. Is there anything you guys would like to do, or are you just full bore sprinting still?
I would assume we would just keep sprinting, because that thing's gonna blow.
At this point, I'm gonna need Constitution saving throws to see if you're still full bore sprinting, because you guys just went down a gigantic tower, full bore.
Yeah,
without-
and
without-
Gronk just has been running for 20 minutes.
Yeah, for real.
Downstairs. At least it's down. Where's Constitution?
Well, my
at?
guy not going good. He rolled a 3.
Oh, it's under saving throws. A
Yes.
D20?
Yes.
18.
18. Krog still in full stride.
Can I pick up Mao since I'm at the 18?
You will. Your speed is going to be halved, so you'd be only at
Okay.
half speed if you pick him
Well,
up.
but Mao is at a 3, so he's gonna die.
He's running pretty lackluster there.
So I pick
Um,
up Mao and keep running.
So you see Mouse start to slow down, and you just out of instinct you just shove him onto your shoulder, and you just full bore sprinting.
Mao's face to face with the zombie.
Oh, with the stupid zombie.
Garny.
I've smoked so much better than this. Just bouncing around.
As you guys are starting to try to make your way to the exit of the city, the ball gets to such a ginormous size it starts hitting the ceiling of the cave. And at this point, Gronk, you start to hear flapping of wings.
I start cheering. Yeah!
As it gets closer and closer and closer, you hear a and you see a lion-bodied, man-faced creature.
See? RJ has Bubble and I have Manticore, friend.
You see it lift up its scorpion tail, and it strikes near your foot as you're trying to sprint basically in front of it.
Why is he being mean now? He helped me earlier.
Kind of. Kind of,
Well,
sort
I mean,
of.
I'm facing the wrong direction. I didn't see anything. All I heard was a thud.
A very
is it-
large thud.
Wait, is the Manticore supposed to be evil?
You don't know.
I
You-
think you have to find out.
I tried to find out. I rolled an animal check and everything, and Joel wouldn't tell me. How am I supposed to know? He took me to the top of the tower. I thought it was because he was nice.
I would say this is your thing, dude. You have to decide. I don't say I know, but I'm not gonna say because I have no idea what's.
Can I say to the Manticore that we need to get out of here or we're all gonna be dead? And try to convince him to take us upstairs? Because obviously Joel wants him to be evil when he was supposed to be my bestie.
Give me a persuasion check.
Why can't he be my bestie?
You see it starts to ready up again, and this time its wings start to unfurl. And this is where you truly see how big it is. The wingspan is probably a good 30 feet. At this point...
Alright, so at this point in time, I'm just gonna hop off because I hear a lot of
Oh yeah, you're.
Mao,
He's
you
like,
turn
So I'm gonna
around.
crawl down, and all you got... You just slid on a high-pitched squeal.
As you see...
What did you do, Grunk? How did you piss it off?
It was mad already. It tried to stab me with its stinger.
Hey, whoa, hey, buddy, just a quick question here, what did he do? Maybe I didn't associate with it. Maybe me and him aren't as close as we think we are.
You see the stinger aims right at you, Mal, and right before it can touch you, you see a flash of white as it strikes. You see Arthur standing in front of you, and you see him just immediately after the strike, you can kind of see the poison drip down from the tail. You just see Arthur grab his stomach and slowly fall to his knees, and he falls forward.
Good
My
riddance.
boy, Arthur, no!
I mean, oh no, Arthur, my friend.
You see Rizzard start to pick up a fireball, and throws it at the Manticore. You can see it just kind of lightly pats it, and it starts to turn, and you see this disgusting grin on its face. You just hear Rizzard as he bolts back up to you, Gronk, and Mao. He's like, listen, we only have one chance for this. I'll distract it. You go.
Why is everyone sacrificing themselves all at the same time?
Listen. And he grabs Gronk's shirt. You have a lot more to live for than I do, you hear me? And he like pats him like on his face, and he's gonna slip an instrument into your breast pocket.
Into my boob.
Into your booby. Your booby, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So while you're doing that, I was gonna pull out my T-Jub and see if there's anything it can do to help.
So
Can we
as
tickle its belly?
Rizzard is just explaining to you like just how much he actually cares about Gronk and Mao. I just want to thank you fellas for allowing me to join your adventure. But now I think it's time for me to put this book to a close. And as you are listening to him, opening the jar, you see the T-Jub just pops out. It looks at the Manticore, and it looks at Rizzard. And for the first time, you can see like a little bit of water build up into that eye hole.
No, I can't. Can I see it now? Is this the end where I get to see the T-Jub?
And then,
As a last,
and then you see the T-Jub go like this, and you feel a little bit of wind start to just lightly shove you in the direction of the exit.
can I just throw a Hail Mary intimidation?
On the
Yeah, let's
Manticore?
both do it.
On the Manicore.
Yeah, let's both
I'm gonna
do
say,
it.
sure. You know what? Hail Mary. I'm going to allow it.
I rolled a
All right.
13.
So since Gronk's either gonna be beside me or behind me, he's not gonna be able to see my face as well. And I'm gonna roll a 22 because I'm gonna use my abilities that he doesn't know about because he doesn't know I'm a shapeshift. So I'm gonna have my face distort in disgusting ways as I yell at it and try to scare it. Like do I don't know, something. But yeah, 22 is what it was.
All right, let me see here.
Is the giant lizard and the Grimace with us still?
They are still with you.
Can we sacrifice Grimace instead of Raven King? Because Grimace sucks. I don't like him.
As you are trying to intimidate this creature, Mao, you see it kind of like step back a little bit, and you see it looks a little confused. And you see Grace. That was a worthy shot, but you can't intimidate manticores. It was a good try. Good try.
Can I trip Grace so the Manticore eats it while we run away?
Could you imagine?
Why can't Grace like teleport inside it or something and rip it up from the inside?
You just met this guy out. Like, what makes you think he has all those abilities?
Because he just went through metal bars, remember? Remember you said he phased through the metal bars?
He did do that. That is very true. He did.
So why doesn't he phase through the Manticore? And shred its brain up or something?
Alright, so now that I know that my last tactic didn't work, and the T-Jump is also telling me to run, I say thank you, Wizard, and I turn and start running towards the exit.
At this point, you see Grace ball up his hands, and all of you are going to get advantages on the Constitution saving throws that it's going to take for you to get out.
Before that, can I try to throw a javelin at its eye?
You can absolutely try.
What do I need to roll?
This would just be an attack roll.
Let me switch to action so I can see. Javelin +7. So I rolled a 12. Is that gonna hit?
That is not going to hit. As you, boom, it hits it on its nose, and you just see it just fall off, like as if it was nothing. You just hear Rizzo go, "There's no time! Stop screwing around and get out of here!" At this point, you can see the tower is starting to crumble at the top. And you start to see it just start to fall slowly.
Okay, I grab Rizzard and put him under my arm and start running for the exit because I'm not leaving him there. We have Constitution saving bonus, so I'm gonna run with him and use myself as a shield to protect him.
As you do, you see Rizzard flick his hand and he shows up behind you. He's like, "If we don't take care of that manticore, it's going to follow us. You understand that, Grog? You understand what I'm saying?"
No. We can fight it together.
Fight it together? There's no winning here. You threw a javelin at it, and it just bounced off like it was nothing.
Okay, well, let's leave then. Come on, Rizzard.
Unfortunately, someone has to stay here, and I highly doubt these two miscreants are gonna be able to stay. As he's looking at Grace and the lizard folk.
Mao, can you please try to convince the lizard to fight them?
I've already started taking foot to the door.
Oh my god, you guys just want the Rizzard to die.
No, because I gave my best shot. The T-Jump told me this is the way. I had to do it.
So, at this point, Gronk, you feel the hands of the lizard folk trying to like shove you towards the exit as he's just, "Come on, buddy, we have work to do." I just like shoving the back behind you.
Can't believe that Rizzard is getting replaced by Grimace and the lizard.
You don't have to replace them at all. Just saying. Nothing's happened yet. Calm down.
Okay, well, I feel like I'm having to leave, so I'll leave. Since Rizzard magically can teleport now.
He can.
So that he can die.
He can indeed teleport, unfortunately.
Why didn't he teleport when they were stuck in jail?
Because it was him, not us.
What?
Because he can teleport.
So he didn't want to
can't-
leave us.
He can't teleport you guys. He can just teleport himself.
Alright, well, who's going next now?
So as you guys are sprinting, you can hear magic blast as you're leaving. You can still hear the electricity from the ball in the air as it starts to get darker and darker on your sprint out. I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw because from the city to the exit, it is a long ways.
And you said we get advantage?
Yes.
Or is it...
Grace casted a spell on you that will give you advantage on these rolls.
18.
18. Okay.
I got it. I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? That still works. So you guys make it through the hole, and you guys are just running up that spiral. Still full bore sprinting. I'm gonna say you guys make it about halfway. And you start to feel the whole cave start to rumble. And you hear a very loud explosion behind you guys. As you guys are sprinting, a puff of dust just blasts right past all of you guys. And since you're about halfway, I'm going to need one more Constitution saving throw.
With advantage?
With advantage.
Well, I'm just swapping dice this time, because the last time one rolled 19, the other one rolled a dirty 20.
Another dirty 20.
nine.
Gosh dang.
Yeah.
Why? At this point, Mao, you can see Gronk starting to get a little tired. I mean, you've been rolling so
I
good
ran
now.
from the top of the tower all the way down,
All
ripped the
the way.
bars open, ran all the way down, put Mal on my shoulder, ran out of the city, threw a javelin to try to hit the Manicord, and I'm starting to run up the
I was
Talk
gonna say,
about
unfortunately, I'm
it.
not big enough to pick you up, but maybe can I talk to the T-Jump to see if he can create a gust of wind that could help him? Like, see if it's powerful enough to help push him.
Before you do that, you just see the lizard folk pick up Gronk and his ginormous body over him, and the lizard folk's just carrying Gronk with him.
What the heck? Gronk has never felt like a wee babby before.
A wee babby.
Away, baddie.
As you finally start to see light at the end, you start hearing footsteps behind you.
Wizard! I turned around over my
Perception
shoulder and looked.
check. And it's the stupid vampire guy. Watch.
Actually, you turn around and you see a skeleton man sprinting after
Arthur!
Is it Arthur?
you. And as he gets closer, of course, you can see that it is Arthur, the mohawk and everything.
Is he a werewolf?
No, he's in normal skeletal form.
Is he ever gonna turn into a werewolf when it's not to pin me to the ground? That really hasn't ever came in handy one single time, except for when he was mad at me.
So, it's good to see you guys. Didn't think I was going to be able to make it out of there. But before...
Yeah, you fell to the ground. We thought you were dead.
Where's the Rizzard?
Well, just because I am skeleton doesn't mean I'm immune to poison, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, also, I didn't want to try to heal you because I think that might have the reverse effect.
Oh, yeah, you're a paladin. Yeah, unfortunately, that would not work out well for me. So I do have a question before we leave. And he looks at all of you, including the new ones. Would any of you like my curse before we leave. Because truth be told, I probably won't see you guys again.
No.
What about
Yeah,
you?
you
Mal?
did not make it sound like it's something that's delightful to have.
I guess
I'm sorry, buddy, but I can't accept it.
Can you go over the pros and cons real quick?
1, you'll be immune to every disease other than lycanthropy. There's 1. 2, if you can get control of it, it's pretty useful. So I leave it up to you. If you don't want it, that's fine. I'm just leaving the offer now before I leave you guys.
Wait, so you're saying that you get turned into a skeleton like him?
No, not
Or is
totally.
he trying to offer the lycanthropy?
He
He's
says
trying to offer the werewolfism.
But yes, to answer your question, RJ, yes, that is the lycanthropy is what he's talking about.
Oh, okay, because I was thinking the skeleton thing.
What? No. Why would he? No.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to be just bones and organs oozing out of the side.
You wouldn't
It's
need
like,
to
no,
sleep or eat. Just saying.
You know?
But yeah, no, he's talking about the lycanthropy.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what the downsides are other than the fact that you turn into a werewolf. I feel like there's got to be more than that.
Well, it says on here that you're evil now.
Yeah, I got Lady Luck on my side. I think I'm good.
Remember, you can control it at some point. Maybe not at the beginning, but if you can control it, you'll be an unstoppable force. For me, it runs in and out. I have too much rage that I lose control. Hence
Yeah,
why
I'm not taking it then.
hence why I don't transform a lot. So is it a no for everyone then?
It's a no for me because I can't control my temper sometimes.
Well, you know, I am a kind of a cool cat, so... And Gronk's big enough that if I turn, I'm probably still not going to be a massive, right? Or does my whole size change?
No.
It says that he turns chaotic evil when he turns into a werewolf. Is that true?
Well, as a DM, I'm just going to tell you, there's only one way to find out. 2,
Also, I would probably lose the blessing of my god, so that probably isn't...
Yeah, that's
Good.
menacing to say.
Again,
the only way to find out is
as a DM, I will tell you, there's only one way to find out.
that's too menacing for me.
There's literally only one way to find out.
There's
I
another
was
way
gonna
to
say,
find
hold on,
out.
let me take a quick peek at my god if I can find it in a reasonable amount of time.
Actually, there's a second way to find out. There's literally a guy in front of us that is a werewolf and can speak to his own experience.
Also true.
So can he tell me about being chaotic evil when he first became a werewolf? What was it like?
What was it like? You lose control a lot of the time. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Anyway. I attacked a village, needless to say. There were no survivors. And if there were, they got the same curse I do.
Yeah, no, thanks.
However, if you have lycanthropy, you can't turn into a vampire. Another upside. And after what we just dealt with, I'd say that's a pretty big upside.
If you turn into a vampire, you don't lose control, though, do you?
As a DM, I can't tell you.
Well, I just
The
have to
rules
look
will
up
say what they say, but that's not what in this campaign. That's not necessarily what they mean.
Well, as my lady would say, tally ho! Do it.
All right then. Now, are you ready? As he gets behind you,
Oh, this is gonna hurt real bad, isn't it?
It is.
Wait, is it the whole bite thing? Can it just be a nibble? A little, you know,
Sure.
doesn't have to be a chomp, right?
Sure. We'll let it be a little chop. If that works for you.
Chomp, I said nibble!
Well, I gotta
big
break
chomp.
skin, so
All right,
unfortunately.
Gronk, give me your hand. Give me your hand.
Gronk
It's
just
so
slowly
stupid. So stupid.
reaches out and he doesn't grab your hand. He like grabs your wrist like awkwardly, like okay.
As his whole, like, my forearm's completely covered by his hand. It's...
As you see, Arthur gets behind you and he bites your neck really, really hard. You're gonna take. That's a lot higher than I anticipated. 4 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
And you start to
Right.
feel this feeling right away. You can start to smell different smells. Your whole body starts to get cold. And then
Oh.
you see Arthur lets go of you. He gets to the edge of where the sun is in the cave, and he looks back at you, and the image dissipates. And there is Targaryen Blackheart. He looks back at you. I just wanted to feel the sun again. As he walks into the sun, and it immediately eviscerates him. He starts boiling and
Blackheart?
popping, and then turns to ash.
Wait, Targaryen turns to ash?
Yes.
I was
Because that was the one that bit me. It wasn't Werewolf Boy.
Wait, you turned into a vampire? No, that sucks because I just was looking it up and he would become a vampire spawn, but then Targaryen dies so he gets his free will back. He becomes a true vampire.
So now I'm a true vampire?
You are a true vampire now, you rat. Which means you have the vampire stuff, but you have all the control and you don't have like cause like in the game, usually the guy that bites you has mind control over you and will never relinquish the power unless he dies, which he just died. So that means you have full vampire power.
But, okay, so I got full vampire power. Cool. But now I also cannot go out in daylight.
But that
'Cause
also
that's what he
means
just said.
you've opened a can of worms, because now RJ can bite me and then relinquish control, and I can become a vampire, and so can the Grimace and the Lizard.
So what, now we're just all become stalkers of the night, just feasting upon things?
That is up to you.
Well, RJ, you're already a vampire. Is there a cure to vampirism?
Well, I mean, like, right now we have a conundrum because we have a collapsing cave, and then
we're
sunlight outside?
Yeah, we're right on the outside now.
Yeah, so it's like, I gotta sit here. I can't do anything. So
You could use
Grace, do you have any
Or-
knowledge on vampire stuff at all?
You can use a 3rd level spell to remove a curse of vampirism.
Let me see now. Unfortunately, I'm not well versed in that. But I'll tell you what, though. And he's going to. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, brother. Let me see. Hold on.
Hey, brother.
Oh, yeah.
RJ, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, fuck. Woo! 21.
21. Derm. You don't know it right away, but you feel like Grace is trying to charm you. As you saw the wave of his hand, and he's kind of like maybe 2 feet away from you.
Kill him.
Now, I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
We had a discussion in that cell, and I feel like you just tried to piss me off.
Piss you
So
off.
tell me, Grace, what is your game?
My game.
I already know my buddy doesn't like you, and I really am beginning not to like you either.
How about this? Y'all just give me what you have in your coin purses, and I'll be on my way. How about that? And you see him like, it's kind of like a very toothy grin.
I'm gonna look at the big lizard man. It's just like, hey, buddy, we helped find you your armor and get you back to feeling your good old self. What do you say you help us dispose of him?
You see him look at Grace, and then him look at you, and then he kneels before you. My liege! I am Sir Tilbar, bravest of the small, and I owe you to my life, as he looks at both of you.
I'm so mad he survived.
However, he's just some random side character. Just like, screw that guy.
He could have stayed in the Wizard game.
All
At
right,
least
so
the Wizard was helpful.
what kind of abilities do I get alongside of being a vampire?
Let's find out with a quick little Google. Google! Prism and players. 5E.
RJ's gonna be way.
Spawn, chance accept the character's strength and dexterity, and the constitution scores become 18. In addition, the character gains the vampire's damages, resistances, dark vision traits, and actions. So hold on. I just don't want to look at it in the real book, because then it takes forever.
Well, just look up a monster in the monster manual for vampire.
I might have to. Let's see. We're gonna search. We're gonna create a new. And the vampire. Oops. There we go. Ah, whoops. There we go. The nature, blah 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 blah. Well, that's not what I wanted either. Damn! I didn't think it would be this tough to find the rules. Let me see. Eye encounters. Create new. I don't want... because it's not giving me the... What I'm gonna do, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go game rule, watch like collections, tools.
Oh, I sent you a link in the chat. Maybe that will tell you.
I might just search in the monster manual. I should be able to. Let's see. Vampires. Yada yada yada.
Well, the lizard did call you my liege. Maybe he'll let you drink his blood whenever he wants to.
Let me see. Let me check the Discord. Let's see. Vampire. Okay, there we go. All right, RJ, are you ready?
Ready for for?
So your charisma is increased by 2 and your intelligence by 1. If you didn't have dark vision, you now do.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
All right.
You now have a resistance to necrotic damage. Excuse me. Excuse me, good lord. And you have a ability called Bloodthirst. Which, Bloodthirst, you can drain blood and life energy from a willing creature or one that is grappled by you, incapacitated or restrained. Make a melee attack against the target. If you hit, you deal 1 piercing damage and 1d6 necrotic damage. The target's hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the necrotic damage taken, and you regain hit points equal to that amount. The reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest. The target dies if this effect reduces its maximum HP to 0.
So 1d6 plus 1, but the d6 necro, the 1 is piercing.
Yeah, the 1 is piercing and the d6 is necro. And then you have Feast of Blood. When you drain blood with your Bloodthirst ability, you experience a surge of vitality. Your speed increases by 10 and you gain advantage on strength and dexterity checks and saving throws for 1 minute afterwards.
Strength, dex, and what was the other one?
Your speed increases by 10 feet when you do Feast of Blood. Why didn't they have that just in one ability? Why did they have to put it in 2 abilities? That's dumb. If you use this ability, you also get this ability. So it's like, well, why wasn't that just part of the same ability? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Are you reading it off that website I sent you?
Yeah, to keep it simple, because I mean, I could check in the monster manual, but it would take me 10 years.
Yeah, so that's probably something we can do in our free time and see what we can come up with.
Agreed.
You don't age. That's one thing.
Yeah, you don't age, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh shoot! I just remember.
What does Lady Luck think about vampirism?
It's hard to tell because we should probably end the session here, as it is 9:42. Yeah, because I think
It is 9:42. Also, I was surprised that the little crappy laptop actually held up pretty good with the thing.
Yeah, it actually did real good today. Real good.
Did we
Yeah,
get
I
any
don't know why it
XP
ran so well, but it's nice.
from all that fighting and running?
I'll give you
1 million.
Let's see.
How about enough to level to 3?
Actually,
You're within our-
I'll give it to you. I'll say next session we can be level 3. Mainly because, I mean, the Constitution saving throws, for some reason, you both have been rolling so good today. It's
ridiculous.
It's fucking stupid. Not only that, freaking Every single roll. There's only been like a handful of Andrews that have been bad. And don't get
Yeah, like there's a couple that were bad for Andrew, and they started rolling really, really good.
what's
I
up-
mean, I've
I
never
roll
rolled
good on the
nat
things
20.
that you would never expect Gronk to be good at.
Very true. Very true. Very true. That is not how I expected that to go, by the way. At all.
Yeah,
I can
the
tell.
nat 20 on the stealth roll to run past the guards, the nat 20 to crumple in one of their skulls, the fucking whole bizarreness of it all.
Just insane. It was insane.
Well, because you were literally like, Andrew, you're on top of the tower. They're gonna start taking you to the jail. I'm like, what if? And then it just derailed the whole thing because I pushed them all off, and then Goldara showed up.
Oh man, it was a good session though. It was real good.
I was gonna say, now my concern is, I thought he was the big baddie.
He was.
How does the
But-
skills go up? Like, how do I get more?
like
skill points?
ability scores?
Mm-hmm.
So let me see here. Let me see if it's showing
Because
up
I want my
in the stream.
persuasion to go up.
Oh wait, somebody's here. Hello, you're. Oh wait, no. Farzov, would you mind adding me on Discord? My username is fawaz_2. Hello. Your content and gameplay are amazing. I'd love to engage with your community and support you. I don't know if that person is real. Probably not. Judging by the
Yeah, I was
last
gonna
one.
Yeah,
say,
no,
when
I
they
don't
say
even
that they
know.
have to be like, I want to engage with your community. That's us. It's
Well,
Yeah, that's
also
literally
having
us.
noticed that every single time one of these come in, they say add me on Discord,
Yeah, it's a little creepy. I don't like that.
which is weird.
All right, so if you're looking at the stream 100, let me see if I can find you here. Hold on. Collections. We're going to go to my campaigns. View campaign. We'll go to your character sheet. All right.
I already leveled up to level
All right.
3.
Good. So don't forget your health. That's still the same health.
Oh, yeah.
So
I was still looking through it.
and then
Because I get a subclass.
yep, you both get a subclass.
But how do I,
well,
like, get my
you
charisma
can
and
take
stuff
these
up?
subclass, right? Like, you don't have to.
No. If
Oh
you-
wait, no. I see what you're saying. Sorry.
Subclass. Yeah. No,
Double
not
class,
different class.
yeah.
Yeah. Subclass.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm looking
so-
through mine right now, and
Let me see. Where is? Huh. Let me see here. Hold on. Yes, you already did that. You did that. Very good.
ooh, this one will work.
You did that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're missing a skill proficiency, by the way, in your background.
What is
Do it.
Well, click on it and see what there is. I'll just tell you what I want.
We have pretty much everything.
Click on it.
I did.
Oh, it didn't do anything on my side.
Oh, it doesn't show up there. Okay. So it's acrobatics, arcana, deception, history, insight, investigation, medicine, nature, perception, performance, persuasion, religion, sleight of hand, and stealth. I think that's literally everything.
You said performance?
Yep, that is one of them.
I would choose performance just because of what happened between me and Rizzard and him putting an instrument in my pocket.
Sounds good. Let's see, your half orc. Let's see. So you can go back to your ability scores, and so you can either do 1, where you give 3 stats plus 1, or you can do 1 stat plus 2 and 1 plus 1.
And that's I can do that twice because I leveled up twice.
No. You only get. I might have to open up my player's handbook.
Because I've leveled twice and I haven't updated any stats at all.
You only update your stats every other level. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab the handbook and then I'll be able to tell you. Give me 1 second. Ooh, God, it's so warm in here.
What is happening?
Hmm?
Because it didn't apply. Gotcha. Yeah, see, when we started, I made mine point buy because I wasn't sure what. And so my scores are not great for my character.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was trying to go in and correct that, but it's not going to let me. Or wait, no, maybe I just because I didn't update it because I'm dumb. Oh, there it goes.
Let's see here.
I still, for some reason, still have nothing on that. So that's kind of... How did my shit get worse? That's stupid.
Let's spell slots. So where is the ability score?
What's a
Oh, there you are,
superiority
old boy.
die?
A what?
A superiority die?
Oh, so you'll get a small pool of those, and you'll be able to use like cool mechanics to help you out.
Yeah, like a disarming attack.
Exactly. Let's see here. Just had it. Ah, 41. There we go.
And now you do what they told you. Darn it. Darn it. Now you do what they told you.
Nice.
Raids Against Machine Man has been just playing in my head all day.
I gotta make sure. Blah.
Well, I guess I didn't even check to see if I could add vampirism.
Now that is a good question.
So I took the fighter subclass Battle Master
Ooh, nice.
and got Student of War. I gained perception and I gained leatherworking tools.
Ooh, nice. All good things.
Or proficiency with them. I don't have them.
Alright, so this I thought was kind of interesting because I was looking at some of my subclasses and I was
I have 4 superiority
are fitting my needs. So I kept looking through them and I came across the ancient one or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
What do you
And so
want me
one
to
of the
roll for
abilities.
my- Oh, sorry.
But anyway, one of my abilities is for bonus action, you take immediately after weapon the area itself. So I have to hit a and then I can do a snare attack, which is like vines will come up and constrict them if it works. And then I can take a little feasty feast on my next.
Oh. I was wrong. Your ability scores are attached to your class. So never mind,
So it'll
boys.
just automatically go up when we're doing our class stuff.
It should give you the option to. More than likely, it'll be like at level 4. Like, let's see here. Hold on. Let me see.
How do I roll for hit points again for level 3?
Roll a d10 and then add it.
Okay. Just making sure I'm doing everything right.
No, you're good.
8.
Add it, buddy. You're at 30 health. God, I'm trying to find it. RJ, what were you saying about yours? You're cut out a whole bunch.
I don't know if that's been happening a lot or not.
No. It just recently it's been happening.
But anyway, so one of my oaths allowed me to so if I make a melee attack as a bonus action, I can cast a thing that they have to make like a strength saving throw, otherwise they'll get ensnared by vines for a minute.
Ooh.
And then I was just like, wow, that actually plays out to my character now pretty well because I snare something by hitting it, then I can take a little chompy chomp with my next turn.
little chompy chomp.
I got
Little
3 new actions. I got disarming attack, which if I roll good, I can knock the item out of the person's hand. Sweeping attack, which if I roll right, I can hit another enemy within 5 feet of the original enemy I hit, so I can hit 2 people at once.
That's pretty good.
And then I have parry, which means that if somebody hits me, I can use a superior die to block part of it.
Excellent.
Then I can kill them with violence.
That's always the goal in D&D, unfortunately.
It's a delightful goal.
A
Delicious.
delightful goal.
But Roki Doki boys, thank you for the excellent session, my guy. But I'm gonna roll tide.
Roll Tide.
So I shall smell you boys later.
Deuces, boys. Also, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.